Haiti is where it became real. It was like, oh wait, I'm kidnapped right now.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting in the cage in front of 30 guys with guns, and it starts raining. And these guys who act so tough, worship the devil, and they know they have demonic forces behind them, they disappear. You're like, why? You know, you Google voodoo weak water. They're afraid of the rain. It makes them weak, is what they say in Haiti. They're possessed by demons, which are usually symbolized by fire. I need my full capabilities here or I'm dead. So our escape plan was, like even all the other dangerous shit I did before, I interview the favela leader in Brazil. No one's ever done it. The last 2 journalists that tried died.
And you knew that?
Yeah, I just go. I was gonna keep going, of course. Gun to my head in Egypt, Moroccan gangsters. Could be the worst situation. I'm gonna have fun. The cartel is when I really started coming back to God. That was the most fear I've ever felt.
Okay, before we get to Afghanistan, how to even go down? What's up, guys? I just want to give a warm welcome and thank you to all the fans and subscribers of Arab who are over here checking out this episode right now. If you have not hit the subscribe button on my channel, I would really appreciate it if you did that. It is the #1 thing that helps us get videos like this into the algorithm. I really enjoyed this conversation with Arab. He is the man, obviously an amazing creator, but we are going to do more of these in the future for sure. So hit that subscribe button and enjoy the show. What the hell are you doing getting kidnapped in Haiti, man?
That's a very common question, actually. That's probably the most common question in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, life's definitely changed since then a lot.
I can see why. That's what Sonny said. He's like, yeah, my boy Arab got kidnapped in Haiti. You should talk to him. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And you were a YouTuber while you were doing it. So it wasn't like you were there doing anything other than content, but then it goes south.
Yeah, that's when the content became real for me. I felt the actual impact that content had because it had that impact on my life. Like it turned real. You know, this wasn't a game anymore where I'm some character. You know, like my videos are kind of authentic, but you always have that little character.
Right.
Right? Like you're entertaining at the same time. And so Haiti is where it became real. It was like, oh, wait. I'm kidnapped right now.
Yeah. But you kept kept in character in a way. Like you were I was watching the videos. It was like pretty riveting, but you're calm and like friendly with them the whole time. First of all, how to even go down? Like for people who aren't familiar with the story and haven't seen the videos, how did you, when you got into Haiti, what were you looking to do? And then how'd you get kidnapped?
Well, the thing is the kidnapping is a little worn out. You'd be surprised how many people actually just got sick of it. It's more the lessons that were learned out of the kidnapping that should be talked about.
And what are they?
You know, in the West, they have this thing called therapy. Therapy is bullshit. Yeah, you need somebody to like guide you, kind of, but there's no such thing as PTSD.
No such thing.
There is, if you want to put a label on it and force it into a box. But the PTSD you can actually turn into experience. You can choose to learn from it by actually facing it. So I wrote about the kidnapping. It's not out. My book's almost done. And I talk about how to turn that into experience. I mean, my life changed for the positive in so many ways after it. I know it was kind of like a global phenomenon, but it was a very, very strong learning experience for me. Aside from what I put my family through, aside from the actual entertainment that came out of it or the knowledge that people get to see on like how to handle a situation like this, is the actual impact it had on who I've become after that.
And who is that?
When you're inside there, you see things that most humans wouldn't believe. So we're inside and it starts raining. And these guys who act so tough with guns and whatever, and they worship the devil and they know they have demonic forces behind them, they disappear when it rains. So like I'm sitting in the cage and all of a sudden my translator who's with me, who's also kidnapped, goes, "You see what just happened?" And I was like, "No." And he goes, "These voodoo guys, they're afraid of the rain from the sky."
The murderous drug dealers afraid of the rain.
The rain. They're afraid of the rain. It makes them weak, is what they say in Haiti. But what does that actually mean? It means they're possessed by demons, which are usually symbolized by fire. Hell in Christianity is a eternal burning place. Okay? In the Quran as well, jinn, which is demons, are fire. So when you come out, you look for answers. You're like, why? You know, you Google voodoo week water. You see something. It's like, oh yeah, that says these, you know, they're afraid. It's rumored. For me, it wasn't rumored. I saw it. So then I come out and I ask the question. I'm like, what was that? I don't know what that was, but I want to know more about it. So you come out and you seek knowledge. Because it wasn't about YouTube views anymore. I don't give a about a YouTube view anymore. It's about what force did I see in here that was actually right in front of my eyes. I mean, most people in most religions are looking at God as some guy in the sky. So now all of a sudden rain comes out from the sky and puts these guys out. Our escape plan was built off of having a hurricane because it was storm season. After we saw that, it was based on when there was a storm, we were just going to book it. We were going to break the roof out and then we were just going to book it. We had like this James Bond escape plan set up. And it was based off the rain. It's because we saw that. That was a privilege to be kidnapped.
It's a privilege.
It was a privilege to be kidnapped. God was putting me in a spot where the phone didn't matter anymore. You know, the hundreds of texts every day coming in of people wanting to travel somewhere or, you know, wanna whatever or comment on your social media. It didn't matter anymore. The only thing that mattered was being present. Because it's literally life or death. That's kind of the point of all the content too. Right? It was like, it's all life or death. So you have to be present. So it forced me into this really important presence. Not worrying about anything in the future. Not worried about anything in the past. Not worried about the next YouTube number. Not worried about, you know, something I did yesterday. No, I'm here. I need my full capabilities here or I'm dead.
How did you keep such wits about you and such a calm demeanor? And also, not for nothing, you stayed in the ability. This is what I meant when it's not the right way to say it, but this is what I meant when I said you stayed in character. You stayed in the ability to still capture things, confirm that with them, and make sure that was okay so people could see what was happening to you. But you weren't, you know, most of the time, you weren't sitting there shaking or anything. You're capturing it. You're breaking bread with these guys, quite literally. They're laughing with you, but they're also negotiating with your family to, like,
Laughing.
get you home. Yeah.
Laughing. Laughing is how. That's exactly the answer. It's laughter. That's why I felt a good aura. That's why I delayed my flight after I met you guys.
I appreciate you doing that.
Yes, because the laughter is really important. Laughter is a universal language. You don't need missiles. You don't need missiles.
Yeah, you don't.
There is laughter, okay? And And laughter has allowed me to communicate with all these people. And at the same time, I was raised in a Catholic school. And I remember this lesson that Christ will never give you a cross that you can't handle, which is actually basically just saying that like you'll never have a challenge that you can't overcome. Okay, everybody translates it in a different way. And so I remembered that when we got there, and I was like, okay, well you have two ways you could take this. Or we're going to make the best out of this. So I'm making the best out of it. It doesn't matter if someone's holding a gun to me in the corner of a room. Okay, I'm still making the best out. I'm trying to survive, sure. But I'm going to make the best. And then two, they smell fear.
Oh, yeah.
They can feel it.
That's universal in a different way, just like laughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can't show fear. So you're standing in front of, 30 guys with guns after the warlord shows up, and you're looking at them and you're trying to make them all laugh.
Is there any kind of even language problem to doing that, though, when you're trying to make them laugh? Because half of them don't even speak English.
The first step is learning the language.
And now learn how to joke in the language.
Exactly. You can easily joke in the language by learning the word friend. Friend is the most important word I learn in any language in a place that I'm going that it's dangerous. Or even in any language, it's become part of my actual process now. So like I go to China, the first word I learn is hello, friend, thank you. Fall's here, guys. Football season, yard work, and maybe even some hunting trips. But let's be honest, staying fresh can be a challenge. That's why you need to hear about Mando deodorant. From your pits to, well, everywhere else. Mando has high-performance odor control and sweat control that actually lasts all day long. Forget these colognes that just mask the stink. Mando blocks odor before it starts. It's one stick, two jobs. That's coverage through double overtime games, that weekend project, and even those extra long pre-holiday shifts. You're good. It's not magic. It's science. You've heard me talk a million times about how I'm always worried about my deodorant not lasting throughout the day and having to reapply. With Mando, I know when I put it on in the morning, I am good to go for the day. Mando isn't your typical deodorant. It's clinical strength, 2 times better at controlling sweat than the standard. Its ability to control sweat and odor can last up to 72 hours, and it's been proven that after just 12 hours of wearing Mando, sweat is reduced by 92%. This stuff works. Unlike other deodorants loaded with chemicals, Mando uses only premium ingredients, like gentle mandelic acid, to keep you fresh and dry. As a special offer to our listeners, new customers are going to get 20% off today using our exclusive code. So use code Julian at shopmando.com for 20% off site-wide and free shipping. That's shopmando.com, link in my description below, and use code Julian for 20% off at checkout. When they ask you who sent you, please support our show and tell them that I did. Mando's got you covered. With deodorant plus sweat control, say goodbye to sweaty stains and hello to long-lasting freshness. Yeah, and so these are basic loving words.
Yes.
They're basic loving words that everyone can feel as well. Friend. I don't know your language, but I'm a friend.
Okay? Every flea market I've ever been to. My friend, my friend.
Exactly. Yeah. And so it's really important to maintain composure and just make them laugh. You learn their language. You figure out who the boss is, too, always. And you go direct to him.
And defer.
And, well, like, you're entertaining him. Okay? So you also become a gesture. All the years of content creation, like, they were there for a reason. They were there to teach me something. It's funny. It's funny because I started as a professional gamer.
Yeah.
And then, in gaming, you have infinite lives. In real life, you do too.
Oh, you think you do? You think you have more than one?
I do, yeah.
But you can't respawn.
No, but each day is a lifetime.
This is getting Confucius fast on me. All right, expand upon that, please.
Would you like me to?
Yes. That's why you're here.
So, time moves differently for people. For each person, time moves differently. Okay? Why? Let's say you or somebody, anybody watching, is here for 4 months, going to a 9 to 5, which is really a 7 to 8 kind of,
I see what you're saying.
your whole day is kind of gone. And that person goes for 4 months straight, goes to work, does like a physical job that doesn't really make them grow, okay, or something, technical that doesn't really make them grow. They're just going to achieve their salary. And then I go for 4 months and I sit, and I don't mean me. I mean, there's many people in the world, okay, top players in the world. Go for 4 months, and for all 4 months, you're sitting with the best teachers, the best creators, the best philosophers, the best business people, and you're every day learning from them. At the same time, you're learning a new culture by tasting it, by feeling it, by seeing it. You're not just reading about it in a book, okay? And so if you do that for 4 months, now compare to somebody who didn't do that for 4 months and who didn't work on their mind, they're technically in the past.
Yes, I see what you're saying. So time is a measure of progress more than anything to you, rather than it is the passage of an actual number.
I don't believe in time.
You don't believe in time.
Does that sound crazy?
It sounds a little crazy, but let's unpack it.
What is time? You can't even define time.
It's the passage of, it's one of those words that's hard to define without using the word itself in the definition. But it's the passage, I would say, of moments that measures a period from one period to the next.
It's a measurement.
Yeah.
Between us and the solar system.
Yes.
Like, it's literally nothing.
It's nothing.
It's literally nothing. Do you get it? Like, it's just a way to track how far away you are from something. But so most people are using time as some sort of futuristic anxiety. Like, okay, shit, I got a meeting in 21 minutes. I got a meeting in 21 minutes. And they're living in that moment rather than living in the present. They're still using time as a constraint.
Yes.
Yes.
It's clocking.
Yes, or they regret the past and they're stuck in the past. And so now they're wasting their mind share, which is all you have. Every action you do is a thought. Okay? So now you're wasting your mind share on future and past, and you're not living in the present. And it's when you live completely in the present that all your dreams come true. All those actions of you stacking, not procrastinating in the present moment. Let's do this podcast now. I texted you yesterday. You're here. We're present. We're in this room. But guess what? We're about to time travel onto people's feeds. You get me?
Yes.
They're going to watch us X amount of time from now.
Right.
A week, a month, a year.
About 2 weeks. Yeah.
Then they're going to watch different perceptions of our podcast on short form content. So not only is the whole message that we're having here not being portrayed, but they're going to then perceive millions of people from this. We're time traveling right now. Crazy, right?
It is crazy.
It's not too crazy, though. It's crazy in a way that makes sense.
It's crazy to me because when you start to layer something that's so like abstract like this, like we start with the definition of something that is just common to all of us from the day we're born, and we don't really think presently about what it is, no pun intended, but like then you start to think about how that can be manipulated to change how we feel about it at any moment. And it's strange that you bring this up because you and I just met officially today, but it's like there were a couple things there. I thought you were like talking directly to me because that was some, I was having one of those like very deep thought nights last night, and I was writing down a lot of things that I think are completely wrong with myself. And one of them was the inability to stay present consistently right now. And I think that the way you put it about time being an anxiety, I have a meeting in 21 minutes. I have to get my flight at 6 or 7 o'clock. I have to do this after this thing. Tomorrow I have to do this workout instead of that one. You're not thinking about where you're at right now. And the one really great benefit of my actual job, like this part of it where I do it, is I'm not bothered by this thing for 3 hours. We kind of shut out the world and I'm forced to be present. But when I walk out of here, it's very, very difficult.
Yeah, it is. It is for most people. And that's why the Haiti kidnap guy is so cool. Not me, but the story and what it did to me, because it forced me away from that.
Yes.
For 2.5 weeks. And then when they would give it back to me to text somebody, and I'd open Twitter if I had a few minutes, I'm like, what's up with the world right now? And I'd see some like bullshit news.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'd rather be here, bro.
You'd rather be there.
Yeah, I'm like, I'd rather be here, bro. I don't want to be in the bullshit news. Like,
were you having fun?
I was having a blast, bro. I have a blast with everything. Like, that's just me. Okay, it could be the worst situation. I'm gonna have fun. Okay, that's just how I see the world. I was having a blast. I knew it was serious, but I'm also not coming out of here. I don't know how long it's gonna be. 50 days, 100 days. Could be 3 years.
Did you even have a concept of days?
Working out every day. Working out every day, like way more than I ever would. I got nothing else to do.
Right.
Fucking 300 push-ups a day, barely eating food, stretching, like still pushing my body to the limits that I could. I had nothing else to do. And so it was just pray and work out. And you come out and you become more religious. You know, you look for answers. I saw bulletproof people. They were
Bulletproof people?
They were bulletproof. I sound crazy saying it. Like
Yeah.
that's why I wrote about it. Like it really only makes sense if someone is seeking to understand what I saw. You know, like that's where I shifted from just a content creator who was having fun. Like even all the other dangerous shit I did before, I was just having fun. That one, it was like, oh wait, I'm actually living in a fucking warlords are fighting each other right now. Like this is a movie. This is a Tom Cruise movie.
It's like Tropic Thunder, literally.
You know?
Like, oh shit, we're doing it.
Yeah, like. And there's many people who have been, you know, through their own really crazy journeys. There's crazy travelers now. That's why I'm building Taboo TV.
You're building Taboo TV.
Yes.
What's this?
So my content was a little so raw, I guess, that YouTube doesn't really push it. They restrict, you know, like a chicken fighting video.
Sure.
They're not going to let that on YouTube.
Yeah.
But like if I'm in the Dominican and someone invites me, like, this is cool.
Yeah, you're not going to not go.
You know, like any dude would go.
Yeah.
You know, like
When
you're going to look at your boys and fuck it, guys. Like, oh, you're in town too? Let's go rooster fighting. You know, like you're going to want to censor that, by the way, on this podcast. So.
I'm sure we'll
Just
be
the
fine
fighting.
with
You
that.
might, I don't know.
We'll be all right.
I
We
get
didn't
hit.
show any of it.
I have,
YouTube.
hey, I got PTSD.
Oh, so now you got PTSD.
From demonetization now.
You're like, being a hostage? No problem.
Man, I don't give a fuck about that one.
Demonetization?
Yeah, so there was like some videos like, okay, I interviewed the favela leader in Brazil.
In Rio?
Yeah. No one's ever done that. Ever. The last 2 journalists that tried died.
Huh. And you knew that?
Yeah. I think. I might have known that after. I just go. I don't really care.
Yeah, you're a shoot first.
I'm not worried about the news.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I could talk my way out of any of this. And I have a few $100 in my pocket just in case I need to double down. You know, like. So then they show me this drug market. Bro, you wouldn't believe it. Right now, as we're sitting here on this table, they have an open drug market selling the craziest drugs you can imagine.
Like out on the street kind of
in
deal.
Every favela. They have certain little pockets every 100, 200 meters.
So this is everything from like heroin to Tylenol?
No Tylenol.
Okay.
Just hard.
That's good.
Yeah, no Tylenol. Tylenol's, dangerous.
Don't want the Tylenol out here.
Yeah,
We're
dangerous. Good. Yeah. So You can't show that on YouTube. So I put a site. I'm like, I want people to see this. Like, I'm learning. Let people also learn, you know? And within 4 months, it got to like 700,000 users. Just me filming the crazy shit. I was going to keep going, of course. Gun to my head in Egypt, you know, Moroccan gangsters telling me about the Karkubi pill trade.
Karkubi pill?
Yeah, it's like a glue sniffer pill. It's like a North Africa. I was just interested, you know, I'm curious, like what's in every region? How does the governments work with them? What is this, that? Yeah. And, you know, you're chasing the once a week YouTube upload. You can't, YouTube's a ruthless game.
But in a way, I mean, you're going all over the world. You're always bumping into something. I mean, you got ideas everywhere.
Everywhere. Infinite. Yeah. And so, and it's still so untapped.
Yes, completely.
So then it got too expensive, my site. It got too expensive to run for free. I was paying like 8 to 10K out of pocket a month.
Oh, for the servers and everything?
Just to give my viewers just the bet. Like, I'm cool. I'll tank the cost. Yeah. Just learn, you know, watch, whatever. And then I had to put it behind a paywall. And the first month, I made 40K. I'm like, okay, great.
That sounds awesome to me.
Like, okay, great. Like, I didn't want to be on Patreon. Patreon is like begging your viewers for money.
That's why I don't have a big Patreon. Not good at asking.
Patreon is like begging your viewers for money. Mm-hmm. You can't even tell them like, hey, guys, support me. I have this cool product. It's like, please, my business model is failing. Please help me make videos. And then you see these people with big Patreons. And it's like, dude, you could have done something so much bigger.
By doing it yourself.
Well, like, one, it makes viewers want to support you more. Two, there's an actual product that you can exit from when you turn it into Taboo TV. So it went from Arab Uncut, okay, where I was making, on an average month, 30, on a good month, 50. I ran that for like 10 months, and I was like, this is a waste of time for me to build this on my name. This could be bigger. This could support so many creators. Okay, it's already something I use. Let me just put this money that I've made from it and then build it into something that other people can use. So the ability for creators to, travel creators, bro, this guy just filmed the revolution of Nepal. He was just traveling and he popped open his GoPro, which everyone has now.
Yeah.
Or a DJI or a phone. Everyone is a creator.
Yes.
And so the space is becoming extremely competitive. And there's also so many people that are getting demonetized that don't have the experience that I have. I have the only monetized, non-age restricted as well, rooster fighting video on all of YouTube.
Do we see anything?
You see as much as YouTube would allow. You see the exact limit of what YouTube would allow. I re-rendered that video 38 times. We tested it on 4 different channels. Okay. We eventually figured out that they were like finding out between 2 words. We used even words that like not rooster fighting. We said cockfighting, I think.
Yeah.
And they were catching that. So we had to remove the end of cock and then just the end of fight. You could see it.
Yeah.
It was, but it's the only monetized rooster fighting video on YouTube. You could see the whole process of how they train the roosters, okay, how they give them steroids, how they slaughter bloodlines of chickens that are running away inside a cage because they don't want no pussies. Like they go hard. This is an official sport in the Dominican Republic.
An official sport.
So if you actually want to see,
CBA?
Literally, it's an official sport.
Cock basketball.
Guys, it's strict. If you go to Dominican and you step outside your resort, you can easily find one.
I'll bet.
They're happening every few kilometers.
Yeah.
Normally many.
You're not surprising me. It's just, it's funny that it's actually like a association.
It's happening right now. As we're sitting here on this podcast in the present moment, all these things are happening.
I know.
How crazy is that?
It's nuts, man.
How big is the world?
We are one little part of the transistor radio on an infinite scroll.
And then, so what did I learn from that mug? yeah, from Haiti, is that hell is actually a place here on earth.
Going online without ExpressVPN is like not closing the door when you take a in the bathroom. Even if you think you have nothing to hide, why give random creeps a chance to invade your privacy? In the age of cookies and data tracking and big data being used against you without you even realizing it, it's critical to have another option that protects your online privacy. Obviously, I just had Mike Yeagley in here for episode 343. It's insane all the stuff that's floating out there about you that people can track at any given time if they just purchase some data from a middleman, which is why you need a VPN to help avoid that kind of thing. ExpressVPN reroutes 100% of your traffic through secure encrypted servers, so your internet service provider can't see your browsing history. With ExpressVPN, you're going to be able to hide your IP address. This makes it extremely difficult for third parties to track your online activity. It's also very easy to use. Fire up the app and click one button to get protected. Furthermore, it works on all devices. This includes phones, laptops, tablets, and more, so you can stay private on the go. After I had Yeagley in here, I started thinking about all the things that pop up on my feed even more, that target me for things that even seem like thoughts I had, let alone things I clicked online. And I, of course, fired up ExpressVPN so that we can try to minimize some of that creepiness. It's nice to be able to have something that you can go to that lets you surf the web with a little bit more peace of mind. So secure your online data today by visiting expressvpn.com/Julian Dorey. That link is in my description below. That's expressvpn.com/Julian Dorey. Click that link in my description to find out how you can get up to 4 extra months with ExpressVPN. Once again, that's expressvpn.com/Julian Dorey.
Most people are so worried about attaining a heaven in the afterlife. But the afterlife is simply all your actions stacked up day by day, and it's karmic retribution coming back to you. So when you treat people with malintent, it will fuck you up one way or another.
Yes, I agree.
And the more aware you become of how the karmic laws work, the quicker the punishment if you have malintent. Just as hell is a place here that I saw with my own eyes, and many other people have stories like this. It's not just me. You know, kidnapping was my thing, but many other people have been to deep depths of hell here on earth. Heaven is also a place here on earth. It says in the Bible in Luke 17:21 that the kingdom of heaven is within you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's within everyone. That's why Jesus says treat everyone like you would want to be treated yourself, because that stacks. Okay, the more you buy a homeless person food, okay, the more you help someone in a daily task that they need, whatever it is, you create positive thoughts in their brain, which echo infinitely to other people.
Like a butterfly effect.
And so what you're doing is you're creating consistently stacking over and over every day with every interaction you have with a person. Every interaction, a random stranger, a person who's looking at you with malintent, light always wins. Always. If you can take anything from all the places I've been, the craziest places in the world, light always wins. Always.
So every time...
Always.
Maybe I'm taking this too literally, and that's why my first thought is...
It's literal and figurative.
Okay. But you're saying every time a good person is facing a bad person, in that moment, the good person wins no matter what, even if the bad person blows their brains out?
You're seeing a perspective that you could actually shift and see from a different perspective. There is a stacked karmic if you've done negative, okay? It says in the scriptures. By the way, the Bible is a book of magic.
A book of magic?
It's a book of magic.
Why do you call it magic?
People read the scriptures to see them literally, kind of like this literal question you just asked me. But nobody ever reads the Bible the same. No two people ever read the same book. Even with the Quran. That's why when people say, oh, but the book's unchanged, it's like, it doesn't matter. Because if I read it today and you read the same verse today at the same time, we would perceive it differently.
That's right.
Right? And so imagine how many different perceptions there are of the Bible. Kind of how I came to you today and I told you what you needed to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What the Bible teaches you is that everybody is a messenger. Everybody is a messenger if you know the truth.
Is that like the concept of, what's the phrase? I'm trying to remember this. There but for the grace of God go I kind of deal?
Yes. Yes, exactly. Exactly that. Paul says in Corinthians, and I don't want to get too scripture-y, but I mean, I know there's many different ways we can go, but it's an important lesson outside of scripture, right? People listening need to not look at it as a Christian belief. Once you remove that label, once you stop putting, oh, this guy is a blah, 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 so I already have this judgment about him. Mm-hmm. Once you remove all those labels, he says, be many things to many people. So, like, I'll have people in my comments on Instagram go, oh, but you were just with the Taliban in Afghanistan, brother. You can't be filming this haram. And I'm like, and then they go, oh, is he a Christian or is he a Muslim? Sometimes I'll reply to them. I'll be like, I am whatever I am to you. Because it doesn't matter what I tell you. Like, these million people that see this, it doesn't matter what I tell you. You have a perception about me from my videos. And if I tell you this now, if you are living in that hell on earth, then you're stuck in having negative thought patterns about me already. Right? You are literally all your thoughts combined. This is very deep.
Yeah, you're meaning I'm making assumptions about you that aren't my business.
When you could be wasting, you're wasting.
Yes.
You're wasting your mind share.
I agree. Yeah.
And so it's a process that you have to do consistently. You can change over time. Change is good. People think change is not, oh, you changed. Yeah, no shit, I changed. Yeah, I went out into the world to learn.
Yes.
You know? Like, yeah, it was just a YouTube video at some point, but then I realized, oh shit. Like, there's so much more. I know nothing. I literally know nothing. I can admit I know nothing.
Tabula rasa.
And that's a really important thing that people need to learn. You actually know nothing. There's like so much information in the world. And it's important to seek because there's many ways that God will talk to you. God will talk to you through your algorithm. God will talk to you through a DM from a person. God will talk to you from a person on the street. It just depends if you're tuned into it. You could totally go, oh, no, he would never. Okay, that's great. He would never for you. Maybe that's true for you. But he definitely talks to me. I see the signs. You know. I see the signs. And it's not like you can look at... Each person has a different way that God will talk to them. Some it might be direct. Some it might be... there's so many ways. There's infinite ways. So when people try to box him in and then they say, oh, and God will never talk to you. Yeah, I don't believe that. I know that he does. Because I've met people. I've went to Southeast Asia to meet spiritually enlightened gurus. I went to Saudi Arabia to the holiest sites to talk to sheikhs. I went to the Rasta. I wanted... What I saw in Haiti was the best thing that ever happened to me. Since that's the theme that we're on, that's the important lesson from the Haiti kidnap guy. is that you need to treat other people well, and that will infinitely stack and return to you. That moment you have $10 in your pocket and someone's hungry on the street and you know you're going to be fed in an hour, fuck it. Just give it away. There is infinite.
Yeah.
There is infinite. Okay? Like, it could be $100 bill sometimes. If I feel the person needs it, okay. But it's not about me doing that. It's about the exercise of abundance.
Yes.
This is also important. Okay? Money's not yours. Money is literally not yours. Money is God's.
Money is God's.
Money is God's.
Okay, that's a new one.
Yes. Money's not yours. Money is God's. And the more good you do with your money, the more God will allow you to have more so that you can continue to reproduce, and he'll always take care of you. It could be like you are on your last few days, you're about to go bankrupt, and God will send you. I'm sure you've probably had it. You seem like you've had moments like that just from sitting in front of you. You know, I know what this grind takes, right? And so the more you lean into those moments, the more they'll happen.
Yes.
Money is God's is a big one to get to. I just skipped a big step. You have to first understand that money is just energy. And so they trap people in a salary, for example, like and they take all their energy, right? Like, they have the same amount of hours in a day. They take all their energy, they drain it for $13 an hour. That's all you're worth.
Yeah.
This is all the energy. Now eat plastic ramen noodles.
I saw a picture the other day. It was a cartoon someone drew. I think it was on Twitter. But it was a man sitting on a bench next to a little boy. And the man was kind of like stressed out. I wouldn't say like necessarily miserable, but stressed out and like, leaning forward like this. And the little boy was just looking at him with curiosity as if he just wanted to talk and spend time with him. And it showed the thought bubble above the man, and the thought bubble was money, bills, flight he had to catch, shit like that. And it showed the thought bubble above the kid, and he was just thinking about the two of them sitting there on a bench together and spending time. And I think there's something very powerful in that. The world kind of takes this curious light you have as a young kid to just live in the moment and experience things, and turns it into exactly what you talked about earlier that we already mentioned now twice, which is make it about the anxiety of the things that you are worried about having or not having at a future point that's not this moment right now.
And that's why in all the scriptures, it says that the kingdom of heaven is for the children. It says that. In the Bible, it says that. In the Quran, it says that. And I'm pretty sure in the Hindu Vedas, it says something similar. That's a really important lesson.
Yeah.
Because you can't get rid of that curiosity. At some point, they box you in. Whatever the system is, it boxes you in, and it says you're not allowed to ask these questions. You're not allowed to say this. You're not allowed to be curious anymore. Okay? You're not allowed to click blah, blah, blah. Okay? Because we don't want you to. You're not allowed to go here. I'm going to go everywhere, bro. I'm going to go everywhere. I want to see the whole world. Dude, I've been to 80 countries and I still haven't even seen even close to 1% of the world. That's how big the world is.
Been to 80 countries. Wow.
And I still haven't even seen close to 1% of the world. Yeah, I might have hit, 80 out of 200, 40%. But I haven't actually seen even 1%. There's so many little civilizations, societies here and there. Move 50 kilometers, there's another completely different culture. Look at New York. Mm-hmm. This is just one hub.
Oh, you could spend your whole life here and not discover it. Yeah. If you're trying to be a subtle showstopper when you walk in the room, you got to get yourself a white True Classic tee just like this. The guys at True Classic started with a simple mission: to bring premium, comfortable clothing to the masses, because looking and feeling great shouldn't come with a designer price tag. And clearly, People agree. Everyone votes with their dollars. So seeing as True Classic has sold over 25 million shirts to more than 5 million customers and racked up over 200,000 5-star reviews, I'd say the masses have spoken. This brand isn't about just fabric or fit. It's about helping you show up every day with confidence and purpose. Their shirts fit where they should, feel incredible, and don't break the bank. You're gonna get that tailored look without sacrificing comfort or blowing your budget. I've been wearing True Classic for 4.5 minutes now, and you can feel the difference the moment you throw this shirt on. It's tailored where you want it, relaxed where you need it, no bunching, no stiff fabric, no BS. Just a clean, effortless fit that actually works in real life. So forget overpriced designer brands. Skip the cheap throwaway stuff. True Classic is built for comfort, built to last, and built to give back. You can find them on Amazon, Target, Costco, Sam's Club, or head to trueclassic.com/Julian, link in description below, to try it out for yourself. That's trueclassic.com/Julian, link down in that description. Tap it, live it, love it, learn it, enjoy it.
Now imagine the whole world.
Exactly.
And so if there was more communication and more, now people are seeing it through content. And now people are able to make internet money so they can travel and get paid directly to their phones anywhere and credit cards. It's all connected now. So now people are going out and seeing the world, and it's creating, especially after this much war, it's creating this big energetic bubble where people are learning to communicate with other humans in other languages, learning that, hey, maybe your way of life is not the only way of life, you know? Maybe there's millions of other ways of life, and they're not all wrong. Sorry to tell you. You know, a lot of people spend time deeply in telling other people that their ways of life are wrong.
Yes.
Right? But the idea is that there's infinite ways to live, and you choose. It's all on you. You choose where you want to be.
What about the people, though, who were born into, let's say, more old school, as you might define it in the West, cultures, who don't have economic opportunity or even the exposure opportunity as kids and young adults to even know what else is out there to leave?
You must seek in order to have exposure. And exposure will come. But you have to actually seek. You have to look at yourself and say, I want exposure to more. I want to learn about this. There are people that have, sure, they may never have access to internet. I've met many people in deep Afghanistan living in a cave. Okay? They have the basic understanding already within them to treat other people like other people. Like, you don't have to have all this that we're talking about, right? But you choose. So, like, that person who might not have exposure, yeah, they're probably living ignorance is bliss. You know, like, if I'm living in the forest in America and, you know, I wake up and I garden, and there's nothing wrong with that. No. None of this is about, you know, it's just that if you want to seek the knowledge, it will come to you. But you have to actually seek. Like, it's not enough to just say, just to think it.
Yes.
You have to act, you have to search, there's so many ways.
I'm more talking, I should have been more clear on that. Because I agree that just because someone's living off grid or living like that, that doesn't mean they're not the happiest person alive. I'm more trying to get at the people who maybe live in oppressive situations. You know, let's talk an extreme example. You're born in North Korea.
Sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't even know up from down.
How do you know that?
I had a North Korean sitting there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I talked to him for 6 hours.
All right.
It was cool as shit.
That's cool. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I've only been to the border of North Korea, you know? So, but I will say that when I went to China, I love China. Oh my God.
Where'd you go in China?
All over. All over. I went for 3 weeks, and I went to 13 different cities. High-speed train.
In
left
3
and
weeks?
Right, all over.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was it like?
I'm a big explorer, though, you know? Like, I don't go sit in the hotel.
Oh yeah.
It's like hotel done, we're out.
Yeah, I can't see you sitting around like texting.
Every day, yeah. I mean, even texting, it's while I'm walking.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're not the guy like just sitting there
in a
doom
fucking-
scrolling.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was China like? I've never been.
China's fucking insane. Insane. It's so insane. Like it's so insane. It's so high tech. It's so cheap. It's so clean. People seem pretty free.
They do.
Yeah, people seem pretty free.
What
I mean,
range
there's
of
business
people?
owners, right? Like, who's owning the hotels? Who's owning all these towers? Like, someone is becoming a businessman and building it. And, you know, there's people driving. There's rich Chinese people, obviously. There's bigger Chinese homes. There's cheaper Chinese homes. There's penthouse. Like, there's rich Chinese people, right?
Yes.
Like, is that the basis of what makes someone free, that they can capitalize as much dollar? It seemed like it was all China broke the Western propaganda for me. I went to China, then I went to Afghanistan. And both of those broke the Western propaganda for me heavy.
Okay, before we get to Afghanistan.
Heavy. Bro, I live in a completely different mental world.
All right.
Like, what your perception of what Afghanistan is might be just completely different to mine.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I haven't been. And
Like,
I've had-
or
yeah.
any American watching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
unless
had
they've been.
I've had a lot. Like I haven't had Lord Miles in here or anything, but like a lot of the.
Lord Miles might be dead.
Huh?
I don't know. He's doing a 40-day fast. There's a big bet on Poly Market for him right now.
Oh, I haven't even seen any
It
of this.
finishes tonight. People are betting millions on whether he's dead or whether he survived and recorded a 40-day fast.
I'm gonna bet on him. He's a savage.
He's a savage.
Yeah. I feel like he's
Lord
about-
Miles is a savage.
I feel
yeah.
like he's about that life.
Yeah, I
totally missed
agree.
that one.
I agree,
But like
too.
a lot of the guys I've had in here, and I've had in many talk about Afghanistan, they all talk about it from. They're all special forces guys, and they're all guys who had to see the war of it, which is a totally different
rough.
side.
That's
And it's
rough.
rough, totally different side. Before we go full blown to Afghanistan, though. What
Afghanistan's
about
cool.
what? I love the Afghanistan topic.
Afghanistan's
It's a wild
cool.
place. But what about China? That's like a big statement. It broke the Western
God.
propaganda for you.
Oh my. Thing is, bro, I don't really play politics. So I'm international communicator is how I see myself. I'm also a cultural chameleon.
Cultural, I like that. Cultural chameleon.
So I have a lot of inspiry from people such as Jim Carrey, Borat. I watched some Ross Kemp growing up. I like these kind of humorous, satirical, but also artists. You know, artists. So with China, okay, and this is not political, it's all purely for knowledge purposes. I went and I pushed the limits, bro. I went and I like snuck into the Great Wall of China, into a part where it's like it's illegal to go. I don't want to say we definitely didn't bribe a cop. We never would.
You wouldn't do that.
No, we
Yeah,
would
you're
never.
not that guy.
We would never do that.
Yeah.
But I do love to push the limits. So in an alternate reality,
In an alternate reality.
a cop got paid like way too much.
I would have loved
Just to see, like,
Listen.
can you do this?
All I'm saying is I would have loved to see the Western propaganda if in the alternate universe you had been caught for that, you know?
And the idea, and I get you, I totally get you, right? Like that would have been interesting, you know, to come out and see that. Like I don't want this to come off as like, it's more that there's good people everywhere. Like the cop who got paid, he was a good person. No, the idea is that anywhere you go, you can have a chat with people. Okay. As long as you come in with a smile, as long as you are trying not to force your way. We're so used to in the West, because it's multicultural, but forcing our way.
Yes.
I gotta force my way. I gotta get my voice out. I need to have the biggest flag. You know, I need to show that I'm this. You don't. You can go to another culture and you can respect it. You know, you can go to Afghanistan and you can be in Afghanistan and respect their culture and respect the leadership that's there while you're there, right? Instead of going to Afghanistan and going, women must be naked. OnlyFans, yeah. You know, like I'm not. Why didn't you do that? You know, like. Yeah. And so with China and Afghanistan, they're both kind of on a similar topic because you know they share a border.
Yes. Oh,
yeah, they're in the same area.
Yeah.
And they're both perceived as this like really non-free, completely enclosed off societies that we hate.
Yeah, with respect to China, where I would agree with you is that there's like the whole, it's never enough. They'll pick, you know, in the West, I'm saying they'll pick out things that are like, I think objectively that's not great, and then they'll be like, therefore everything, and it's like there is nuance, you know.
Well, there's infinite nuance.
Yes,
infinite. There's 8 billion people, and from now until the time you die, probably like 60 billion people will cycle through life.
I never thought about that actually. Wow.
Okay. Now imagine stacking all their thoughts on top of each other. Okay. Every idea, everything here was created in the mind, right? The phone, the mic stand, the mic, the coffee, the plastic, the computer, the wall, whatever. So stack that there's infinite nuance. Now compare how many different Englishes there are. Okay, there's hood English, there's hood Southern English, there's posh English from the UK. There's people in Scotland you can't even understand, but they're speaking English. Okay, there's Irish people you can't even understand, they're speaking English. There's people on the West Coast, people in the Northwest. There's people in Texas. There's Mexican English, Spanish English, Hispanic English.
New York English.
There's New York, there's New Jersey. So imagine just English, how many extensions of it there are. Now multiply that over thousands of countries. Stack all these people's thoughts on top of each other. There's infinite nuance with everything.
Yes.
And so therefore, perception becomes reality. So when you have perception of fear, it's okay to understand that there might be a threat. Doesn't mean you need to fear it. When you have perception of fear, that fear echoes back into your life. You have to face the fear.
I agree with that.
You have to turn the fear into courage. Okay? You have to turn it into experience instead of PTSD. So for all the Afghanistan military people that were here, you have to forgive. That's the only way to get over the PTSD. I have to forgive my kidnapper, and then I have to, what did he teach me? What did this guy teach me? What did this experience teach me?
How long did that take to get to that point? Forgiveness.
I forgave right away.
Right away.
Yeah, I would love to have dinner with him. Like what? I would love just to show him what you could do in the world. Like his perception of the world is like shitty Haitian cash. Like this is everything in life, cash. Let me have a big pile of cash on this table. His pile of cash still is not worth as much as your studio. Like he's thinking so small, you know, and the cost of a human life. He's just ignorant. He grew up in a country, you know, that, you know, that's what he had. But he also chose to make decisions. There's good people in that country. You know, some people might have a bit of a different test. Everyone has a different test. But the point is, where were we? Sorry, I go off.
No,
I go
it's
really deep.
okay. I was getting really fascinated by that, actually. I had a question. Because you had said earlier that you saw what hell on earth looked like because you could see like the demons and the devil in people, and you referring, of course, to some of the people that were in that very situation who you still treated like a friend and like a human being.
Yes.
And who you still clearly have massive empathy for based on what you just said. And so the question is, because you just also mentioned that there's good people in Haiti who didn't make the decisions they made. That said, the environment there is very difficult. You're in a way born into a hell. And so I guess what I'm asking is, do you think some people are just in that type of situation molded by their environment such that they just are the devil without having the intention of being that?
I think one, I mean, I couldn't tell you all the exact details, but what I think about the situation is that all your actions stack karmically infinitely. Every single malintent action you've had towards someone will stack infinitely negatively towards you. Mm-hmm. Think about how he kidnapped me, okay, this warlord, and how malintented he was, and how much trauma that caused all my loved ones extensively. Now, could you say some of the blame was on me? Sure. Of course, I chose to go in there. But I've always just done what I've been guided to do. I don't know. I just go play. I don't know what my next plan is tomorrow. You know, I get a feeling and intuition and I go somewhere. Okay? Even that place, I was meant to go there. Okay? So, but it was his malintent that is going to return all that upon him. He caused infinite levels of, you know, negative, impactful thoughts and feelings towards people. Mm-hmm. I went in there with good intent. I wanted to hear a story from somebody who might have a different voice and ask him some questions so that we could all learn why things happen in the world. That was my intent going in. Yeah, it was for a cool story as well because that's my business, right? Mm-hmm. But it's all about your intent. So that stacks infinitely. So this person being born there and having a worse life, I don't know. I don't compare. I don't think about him. I would assume that he's probably done a lot of bad in his life or in you know, previous lives. If you ever heard that kind of theory before.
Reincarnation. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that idea is just that there's a karmic, everything that, you know, expands must contract. That's proven by physics. It's proven by nuclear science. So many things, you know. But I choose to usually use the spiritual route to define things.
Yeah, you got onto this tangent because you were talking about in Afghanistan, and you were referring to some of the guys I had in here as well who might have PTSD from those experiences and how they just have to forgive it. And that's why I asked you, like, if you forgave the guys who kidnapped you and everything. But do you think that's all it is? Because you do, and you understand this better than almost most people in the world. Like, the world is a beautiful place, and simultaneously it's a very ugly place, and you see things that your mind cannot possibly be prepared for. How do you can't delete that hard drive.
You don't delete it. You have to learn from it. That's why all the stories, all the parables in the Bible about somebody facing a hardship and coming out on top, they're not the past. They're right now. They're literally right now. It's like the hell that you had to go through, to all the challenges you faced to build this, you know, all these, the worst that you've ever felt. Hey, let me ask you a question, because this question helped me get over this bump. If somebody kills themselves, do they go to hell?
No.
Why?
Just for that? Just for killing themselves?
Why?
Have you had friends or family who have done that?
No.
Okay. I think when you are around that and you see people who sometimes suffer completely in silence and you never saw it coming, and then there's other people where there were signs there, I think you think about all the good that they did in their life and the things that they did for other people. You talk about that karmic, you know, stacking. And I think you realize that somewhere in there was a pain that they didn't feel comfortable enough going to other people to seek help with. And they felt like they would just be a burden to those around them. And so they felt in order to lift that, it would just be best if they weren't here. And I don't Because I understand where people come from with this argument. There's some religious arguments that happen with this as well. I get it. It's a very complex, unfathomable thing. But I think that I don't look at it like you murdered yourself or anything like that. I think it's a last resort that in the moment they feel like it's a selfless act, and in reality, there are people who care about them when they leave.
Great, I agree with you. What if they were already in hell?
Meaning they were already not a good person.
No.
Okay.
No. As in, all the mind share that they have was being used on negative. Imagine the worst you've ever suffered as a 32-year-old male. You've been through some shit, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in whatever way, you've been through some shit. You never thought about killing yourself. Yeah, you might have been like, okay, what's the, just as any boy is out of curiosity, like, okay, what would be the most optimal way to do it? Would this be painful? Like, yeah, you've contemplated, but you've never actually seriously thought about it.
I did once.
Okay, and you made it out of it.
Yeah.
And how much did it teach you?
A good bit.
So with every bit of negative thought that you have the ability, and this is something you learn from the scriptures, okay, or if you seek deep enough, you have the ability to transmute that, okay? Hey, feel this. In one word, describe that sensation.
Cool.
Cool. Cool and warm, you would define as...
In some ways, opposites.
Opposites.
Yeah.
But nothing is an opposite. They're actually two varying degrees of the same thing.
It's a circle.
It's the yin and yang.
Yeah.
It's a circle. Yeah. That's from the
I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Yeah, exactly. The gay movie, the wedding one, right?
No,
I've seen that movie like 20 times. The Asian guy, right?
Yeah.
Is he fat too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that
with
one.
the mustache.
Yeah,
Isn't that Rob Schneider doing that? It's not a triangle.
That's a good one.
It's a circle.
But it is. So cool and warm. Towards the middle, they're a little more neutral, right? That's what that. They're not opposites. They're a measurement of the same thing. Just as we conquered time in this podcast. Okay, this is... Now imagine love and hate. Courage and fear. Okay, every single action you have is that. Every single thought you have, you can tune to more positive or more negative. And it's defined by your intent. The more positive, purpose-guided you have, this is where money becomes God's. Money's not yours anymore. Because I'm stacking infinitely positive for the world, at least with intent, trying to help the world as much as possible. God will give me all the money I need as I need it. And I just keep going. Likewise, you can do so negatively. Okay, so all of it can be transmuted. Those suicidal thoughts, they can be turned if you choose to snap your thoughts to a more positive. It doesn't mean you ignore it. It means you have to face it. You have to look at what it is that's causing you and come to forgiveness with it. It's tough. I'm not telling you this shit's easy. I'm telling you this stuff has sent me to the ends of the world. That's how uneasy it is. Okay? It sent me to the ends of the world to learn. Why is there this much suffering? I've seen it. I've seen how much suffering. I've been firsthand in all these places. I've experienced it myself too. Like I might be this, people perceive me on the internet as this guy who's fearless. But the most important lesson I talk about in my book, which I want to get out as an ebook soon. It's just like such content and bullshit, and is that it's not that I'm fearless. It's that in the face of fear, I choose to fear less. They're both the same word.
Is that a Jay-Z bar? That sounds like it.
Hey, maybe.
I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Jay-Z. You need a ghostwriter? So, but that's, everyone has that.
Yeah.
When you go to talk to the girl, when you want to start the business, it's the people that conquer it that win.
Yes.
Face it. So, with all those thoughts, you just need to turn them positive. And it's a constant search, by the way. There's no final answer. It's like an infinite journey. There's so much more to learn, right? So most people are going to stop learning at 21, 22, as soon as they're done university.
That's so sad.
Oh my God. I'm fucking 28 now.
Yeah.
I don't even have 6 years on you, 22, man. I have like 80.
Right.
You get me? Like,
yes.
So you need to work that. And it's also a net benefit to society if you choose to make it so, right? The goal should never be, I talk to a lot of creators, and many of the creators, it's like, okay, what's your purpose? They don't know, they don't have a purpose. It's like, I need to be the biggest creator with the most views. How about your purpose is the greatest karmic impact? It's a completely different ballgame. You're still thinking about views. There's people that are playing this game that are thinking about how I can elevate the world. Why is Elon Musk where Elon Musk is at?
Because he's trying to save humanity in 5 different ways. Yeah.
But that's the thing too. The guy who's trying to save humanity has the potential, because everything
has a scale.
Has a scale, has a potential to be the complete opposite if he wants to.
Yes. I see exactly what you're saying. It's a great point.
Right? So
how do you have that? Like, you're a human being,
yeah,
right? You're talking wise beyond your years in a lot of ways right now. I usually I don't look at the comments these days. I can't wait to see the comments on this video, because
will this do well with your audience?
I have no idea. I never know.
I'm gonna blast
it. There's gonna be, I can already tell you, there's gonna be people like, what the fuck does this guy know? And then there's gonna be a lot of people like, that just completely changed my life and blew my mind. And I'm obviously leaning towards the latter for myself. It's like, when you are going day by day, knowing these kind of like universal laws you have in your head, whatever principles, whatever you want to call them, you still have some days where you wake up with less energy than the other, or some days where you wake up
every day,
right, on not the right side.
Every day is a lifetime.
It's a lifetime.
Every day is a lifetime. Stop looking at every day going for Friday. When's Friday so I can go drink with my boys? Don't do that anymore. Yeah. Today's Friday. Today's Sunday. Today's Friday for me, bro. Every day is Friday. Every day can be any day you want. Like, even that week thing is bullshit. Like, what's a year? The sun. How fast we go around the sun. Great. Now everyone makes their lives about the year. You got to pay taxes every year. You got to do this. Every year I have 2 weeks off. How about you have 52 weeks off? You get me?
Yes.
Like, you can have it all. You can have it all. All of it.
How do you handle the days, though, inevitably, whether you treat every day like Friday or not, but the days where on that scale of perspective, maybe it trends in the wrong direction a little bit? Meaning, the most obvious example, the glass is a little half empty today rather than half full.
We're all sinners. Sinning isn't like you're going to hell. It's, okay, yeah, some days on the journey, you're choosing not the best opportunity. Happens.
Do you have
forgive yourself, improve.
Do you have a process where you get conscious of that? Maybe at the end of the day, you think about it. Oh, how did I do today? Something like that.
I wake up and I start the day with I try to use my first 10 to 20 minutes in bed, while I'm tired, to go into a meditation rather than getting out of bed and wasting that time. First thing I'll do is I'll ask God to guide me, because every day is a lifetime. Really important. Okay. And the more aware you become, okay, because the game is awareness. Anyone watching, the entire point of this podcast is more awareness that you know nothing. Me too. I know nothing, by the way. I'm not telling you this in like a, like I'm your teacher, brother. No, I'm just trying to spread what I've learned. Point is, the more aware you become, the stronger the temptation. Yeah, like staying up here means there's more resistance here as well.
Yes.
Right? Like, oh, I've been up here for 2 weeks.
It's coming.
Yeah, let's go see,
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, it's coming. Yeah. There's a city in Atlanta called Cumming. See, that's next to me.
CUM or?
Yeah. CUMMI.
It's so unfortunate. Yeah. Shout out to Cumming, Atlanta.
Yeah, shout out to Cumming.
Pause. Well, I think you also, because you get exposed to so many cultures and you get to travel to places and see, go from one thing to the opposite thing or, one thing to another scale of something, you inevitably, literally due to the language barrier, have to interpret things on people presently and physically with them that the rest of us don't. When I'm talking English with you, I'm taking for granted the fact that we can exchange words and I can interpret those words, but you have to interpret not just emotions, which is more the physical level, but you have to interpret like kind of the spiritual intentions of people. And I get that vibe.
That's a really good
in
question.
A lot of things you're saying.
It's a really good analyzation. That's important.
Yeah.
That's how I've survived. It's not by me, it's by the grace of God. It's the power of discernment that he's given me to be able to see when someone is malintended. And you also are a product of the people you surround yourself with. And so I don't allow people like that into my circles.
Define people like that, just people that are malintended, period?
Yes.
Or is there even a higher level to that that's like, if you're not doing this thing, then I can't have you?
Oh, yeah, growing is important. Everyone's got to grow. Anyone who's working with me has to grow, at least on like a core team or very closely to me. It's got to be people that are growing, that are constantly seeking or creating in the world. It's just that idea of time moving differently for everyone. I don't want to waste my mind share with people who aren't, like, even the people I know who are, let's say, less productive on a materialistic scale. I make sure there's always like a spiritual win out of it or something. And it's not bad,
right,
that you're using these people for these things. You're also providing, you're also here and bringing light into this room in many ways, whether it be, taking care of them this way or that way or that way, or teaching them something or guiding them. So it's a win-win. The idea is that you don't want to waste that mind share. Even times, the thing is, sometimes you're a mentor, sometimes you're a student, and sometimes you're just a peer. So there's 3 different things that you can be in life in the rooms that you're in.
Student, mentor, or peer.
Yes. So to some people, I mentor them. To some people, I'm a student. I go and I learn from greater people, or I spend time with them and in return give them something in exchange. It's all a barter system. It's all God's money.
I would argue, actually, I've never thought of it that way, but just thinking about this live, maybe this is a little bit biased towards what I do, but I think you almost, at least in my job, have to be an aspect of all 3 in different in varying ratios.
You are.
At one time.
Right now in front of you, we are both all 3 to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm sitting here, I learned so much just being here. Just how many different tech problems you've been through by seeing all your gear. It's fucking crazy.
We're in the middle of it.
Yeah. I mean, this is beautiful to see because podcasting is such a amazing medium.
It's very cool.
How many podcasts are being recorded right now?
Too many.
Too many. Too many for sure, yeah.
Yeah. What do you it's very clear that there is a before and after in your life, and I don't want to oversimplify it, but there's before this and after this. perspective wise, because that made you have to get in touch with what you had experienced and how you could respond to that later. But before any of that happened, you had a long career even just online. You came up gaming and everything through Fortnite and streaming and more doing that kind of content, and then eventually somewhere along the way, long before this, a couple years before this, you said, no, I got to go out. I got to go see places. I got to go capture things on the ground. I got to go to dangerous places. What in you made you long to do that? What was going on in your life that you're like, no, I'm going to completely switch this up and do this now?
I like to stand out in content or anything I do in life. Really, it needs to be different. Okay, there's so many people who have access to a phone or camera or whatever that they're all the same. They see a piece of content, they replicate, they follow a trend. And so there was a point in the career of where I switched from IRL streaming, from gaming to IRL streaming, and then I really wanted, even in Fortnite, I stood out. I played the one play style that would just win.
Just win.
Yeah, it was high ground. Have you played Fortnite?
I have not, but I know what that means.
Fortnite's been out for 7 years, 8 years.
At least, yeah.
And 100% of tournaments have been won by...
high ground.
Wow, you're so smart.
Yeah.
How the fuck did you figure out the game that fast?
Yeah, I've had enough military guys talk about high ground.
That's crazy. There you go, right? So it's the same.
Yeah.
So it's literally the same. And the other 97 people in the lobby that weren't on my team were playing the low ground. They were playing a different game. So even from IRL streaming, I went into YouTube because the IRL streaming, it wasn't like it required so much. It was such a lack of freedom. Okay, like the stuff that these big guys do, these big ass streamers that are
like
live 18 hours a day, bro.
Yeah.
You don't have a life.
Different world.
It's a completely different world.
Yep.
You're fucking live all the time, so much scrutiny. You don't get to actually do the things that you want to elevate you as a human. You're just stacking more cash.
You're kind of like, to me, looking at it from the outside.
Jester.
You are, and then even maybe more, I don't know what the word is, but you're like the fish in the aquarium and people just kind of got their finger on the glass at you.
Yeah. Which is like, there's nothing wrong with it. That's just not what I wanted. So then I looked at YouTube and I was like, what's working here? And there's just people going to like some dangerous streets and they would never actually go in. They would just like walk the street and people would yell at them and they'd farm the interaction. Yeah. I'm like, let me go in. I understand culture. I have a Lebanese background, so I understand how the family home kind of works, how to chat with parents or whatever. And the way to the top is through the parents and the children. So when you play with the kids in the favela football and you're giving them cash and you're making them laugh and the leader sees you, this guy's good. This guy's cool. I'm going to bring him with me.
Right.
You know, he's not just here to get a story. He's capturing the culture.
Yes.
So first video I did, I was like, what's the most dangerous place? South Africa. Fuck it. Booked a flight to South Africa, went to all the hoods in South Africa, and then it just blew up.
What was that like? Going to the hoods, and what are they even like? Because there's also a lot of other things going on in South Africa.
Yeah, fucked up.
Yeah, very fucked up.
It was my first time in like these kind of areas. Fucked up. Fucked up. I mean, it's more that you're white. You know, to them you're white.
Yeah. Comparatively.
Yeah, so you're gold. Like they see money. So that's also why all these scriptures and stories in the scriptures are not about the past. They're about now.
Yes, they're applicable.
All the timelines live right now.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like, oh, think about 2000 BC. I mean, no. I mean, in Afghanistan, 6 hours that way, okay, there's people with no internet that are living this exact life.
Yes.
That is mentioned in the Bible. Okay? There is in South Africa right now, these people who are still living in the 1700s, you know, and who think gold is a white man. That's also what they did to me in Haiti. They call me blanc. Blanc means white in French. They speak Creole, which is French.
Yeah.
Blanc.
Yeah.
My name was Blanc to them. So that's what they did to me.
And they literally saw you as dollar signs.
That's right now.
Yeah.
So that's not in the 1500s. That's not in 2025. That's not in 200 BC. That's right now. And that all exists infinitely scaling from rich to poor, from heaven to hell, which is an internal state. Because these people, they're still thinking in that scarcity. In order to get money, which exists infinitely in the world, I must hurt somebody. I must take it from somebody else. Rather than understanding they can help people.
And create it.
And create it.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, I had a guy in here, Ben Lamb. He's worth like $4 billion. He's spun up and built and sold like 6-7 companies. And right now he's in charge of Colossal, which is the company that recreated the dire wolf. And
What's the dire wolf?
Oh, you haven't seen this?
No.
So the dire wolf is like an ancient wolf that went extinct. It was popularized then in Game of Thrones. So they created like a genetically modified, using like CRISPR technology, a genetically modified gray wolf that has characteristics of a dire wolf. And their goal is to bring back the woolly mammoth. Like they're trying to create like Jurassic
They're
Park.
playing God.
Yeah.
I write about this in my book. This
Yeah.
specific phenomena.
We should talk about that in a minute. Before I get there though, because like we like Ben, and I love Ben's intentions with things, but something like this could get out of control if you do start playing God and, you know, stuff like that. But one of the things he said, because we had Matt James here with him, who's their head, he's their chief animal officer, so he's a lifelong working with elephants and all kinds of species. But one of the things that Ben said is when he first talked with Matt and was trying to get him on board, Matt said to him, like, you know, we're really trying to save elephants. Here's the problem with the species. Here's the things that are killing them, the percentages that are dying, you know, all the problems we have to actually like try to solve. And Ben said, how much money do you need? Like, what would make a huge difference right now? If you had a blank check, what would make a huge difference? And Matt goes, shit, we need like $50 million. And I'll never forget it. Ben's sitting there and he goes, I just looked at Matt and I said, you need $50 million? He's like, yeah, that would make a huge difference. I don't know how we're going to get it. He's like, well, not to be like arrogant here, but let's go find and create $50 million then. He's like, I've done this before. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a, whoa, we got to look at this challenge of like, how do we raise the money to 50? He's like, I'll just go make $50 million somewhere and bang.
Exactly.
And that's what he did.
And so, I mean, there's, in this specific instance, are you asking for my opinion?
Please, yeah, about creating the dire wolf.
Each person has their reason. It's not for me to judge, so I have no idea. You know, I couldn't tell you that one thing is right or wrong. I can only treat you accordingly, right? Mm-hmm. Like I can't come in and tell you. I don't know what your intentions are. I don't know what life you've lived to have this thought. Maybe it's the next thought. I'm not here to tell you. Like me specifically as well, I've made the biggest part of my career off of not telling people they're right or wrong. Like literally going and sitting with a hitman of the cartel just to understand. How do you get paid? Why do you do this? How was your life as a kid?
Are you judging him while you're doing that?
No.
Not at all.
There's always the thought of like, you know, excitement or of like, oh shit. But it's not like you're a bad person. He might be a bad person objectively or whatever, but I'm not there to do that. I came across this scripture that is changed my life. And it says, this is in the Gospels, it says, you notice the speck in your neighbor's eye, but you fail to notice the log in your own.
The log in your own?
Yeah.
Wait, I don't know what that means.
As in they have one thing wrong with them that you notice, but you have a billion.
Oh, yeah.
That you're too worried thinking about other people.
Glass houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of working on yourself.
That's right.
And so since then, I've actively tried, and it's pretty good. I think it's completely almost there, you know, to not judge people at all either. You know, like you might have a thought, But if it's any form of judgment thought, just erase it.
Yeah.
Just erase it. There's so many better things we could talk about than what this guy did 45 minutes ago, or this guy. I'm not living in the past. There's shit to create. Let's go create $50 million.
I think what you're talking about also is you end up ruminating and adding to the negative that could be put out there, right? Like you go look at X, you go look any social platform.
I barely use X.
It's people. They have to give their opinion on
so
another
much.
person. Too much.
So much. Like I'm like, okay, I could go viral on X, or I could look like my account is, not super active. I could easily go viral by going and farming the content that all the other people in my niche are farming right now, which is like migrant anger, whatever. But then how long is that? How many years of my life am I going to waste if every day I'm doing that for 6 months?
Yep.
That's 6 months I could have done something way better for the world than farm whatever this hot trend is right now to stay relevant on this platform. I got other shit to do.
It's also going to slowly change your
gonna
own
fuck me up.
mentality. Yes.
It's going to fuck me up.
Yep.
Instead of going and seeing this, this random person in the street as another human that I can, spread light to, I'm seeing him as another motherfucker who's fucking up my country or my whatever.
Right.
No, I can go and do better across the world, just for my own peace. This isn't just a view game. This is a real life.
Yeah.
Most creators are still playing a view game. This is real life. You sit and you talk to people that have real life done the craziest shit.
That's what I do.
Like, you ever feel like a guest on your podcast is bullshitting?
Yes.
How often?
I sit with people for at least 3 hours at a time. Sometimes when someone's telling a story, they've gone for 6 or 7. I let them go and I just make it 2 episodes. I think every person probably on this earth has a flaw to at some point. They talk long enough. It's not even intentional. There's something in there that will be bullshitting, and I'm not above it either. I do it myself. But as far as like being majorly full of shit and bullshitting, yeah, that's happened a handful of times. Yeah. Absolutely. It's a very strange thing when you're sitting across from it.
Do you ever call them out?
Yes.
So you haven't caught on to me yet.
I don't. There was one time where I knew I hadn't vetted the guy before I invited him on. And then the day before he was coming here, I did. And I realized it was not a fit. But I felt bad, so we still did it. And so I went into it ready to do that.
Oh, yeah.
And
Pierce Morgan style.
Actually, there were aspects of it that were like that. Yeah. And that's not my lane. That's not what I do.
It's not fun, huh?
It's not my lane. It's not what I do. And it doesn't mean that I wasn't really disappointed at the way they went about presenting some of their data. I'm still disappointed in that to this day. But now, would I handle that differently? Absolutely. And do I think that there would be an aspect of what they're saying that, whether it's intentional or not, is up to them to know, but an aspect of what they're saying that is totally bullshitting? Yeah, I think people can pick up on that. I think, the law of averages across the population, you're never going to sell 100% of people one way or the other, but, the weights are going to move in the right direction. People are smart.
Yeah.
That's the other thing about this, though. I get along with people. That's why I do this job.
Yeah.
Right?
Same.
So I'm sure you run into a totally different facet of this, but my buddy Paul Rosalie was telling me the issue, especially with long form podcasts, is, let's say you do have someone coming in who's really talking about something controversial, not one like this. It's fun talking about different things around the world, but someone who's got a hardcore opinion on something.
Yeah, right.
And, maybe they're not even bad intentioned, but they're just an idiot, or they're totally in the wrong. And, then they get in here and they're a real person, You talk with them before camera. You get on camera. It's a pure conversation the way I do it. You're talking with them for 3 hours. They act like a real person. They give you the little idioms and expressions that make you build rapport, and you want to agree with them. You want to be like, wow, yeah, maybe, you know what, this guy's good. He's all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
he's really onto some, to the point that you can suspend your ability to actually evaluate the merits of what they're saying. And they may get points across that really have no business getting across. Not to say you should sit here and attack them for it or say, fuck you, that's bullshit. But, you know, maybe actually be a little bit more critical in your questioning of it than you would be. And that is a trap that I'm sure I've fallen into before.
That's also just part of the game. Like, you're interested at the same time.
Yes.
You know, so there's a part of the game there of extraction of knowledge that requires you sometimes to not do that. Right? Like, I'm just going to let this guy spew what he wants. Like when I'm with the T-Bros in Afghanistan.
The T-Bros?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Please tell people what that is.
The T-Bros are the Taliban. I lived with them for a week.
Very interesting.
It was a super cool week. And by the grace of God, I used all the right words to go very high up in a week. I'd say further than anybody has ever gone in recorded history / content history.
How did you even get in there? You shoot him an email like, hey bros, I'm pulling up.
God sends me.
God sends you?
God sends me. I go
just
day
went
by
there.
day. Lord Miles was supposed to be my plug.
Oh.
But then that was for 6 months. It was planned. And we're going to upload in December because that's the most revenue on YouTube AdSense.
Huh.
So I needed my big series on December. And Lord Miles, 6 days before, cancels on me. He said, I had a big sponsor. I got to do blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's cool. The same day, I've never gotten a reel of Afghanistan in my life. The same day, I get a fucking reel of this guy from San Francisco who's Afghan, and he's hanging out with the Taliban with an AK in his hand in Afghanistan, and his name's Poco Loco.
Sounds like a real straight shooter.
I'm like, God just sent me this motherfucker.
Poco.
Now, and because of that, I knew the trip would be the greatest it could be. I'm like, instead of stressing, it was like, okay, God put this here for a reason. But I chose to see that.
Poco Loco.
I chose to see what God put in front of me. Okay? No, I'm really good at seeing it now. But everybody listening, you can also see it. You just have to actively believe it for a few weeks / months and seek it. Okay? And I'm telling you, it happens to me, bro, through Instagram Reels, through so many, oh, that's just the fucking algorithm. Yeah, you think that. So keep thinking that, but I'm going to choose to see when God sends me signs.
So when someone goes and hits their algorithm, I'm not even talking about a doom scroller, right? Like, just play with me on this, right? They go onto Instagram and they scroll like this, right? Video, watch it, maybe double tap, like. Video, watch it, double tap, like. I feel like when I'm picturing you do this, you pick up your phone and you're like, who is this guy? That's interesting.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. 20 followers.
Exactly.
Shoot him a DM.
That's kind of how it goes, yeah.
Right? You're
That's
like,
kinda how it
you're
goes.
open.
If
You're
it's
like
20
gloves
followers, that's
off.
good for me.
Your gloves off.
Nobody
you're
else
like,
has even gotten here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's how that works.
So you hit up Poco Loco like that. What'd you say? I'm trying to go to Taliban, bro.
He'd seen some of my stuff. He's like, yeah, bro, I get you. He had just launched, listen how the world works. He had just launched a tour company to Afghanistan.
Come on.
That month. So for him, this is a big break.
Yeah.
I'm about to get millions of views with this guy and promote the tour company.
Yeah.
And we're going to film the sickest series by 2 American travelers.
Wow.
Sign me up. He was in Dubai 5 days later. We flew together to Kabul.
Now, what?
The best 7 days.
Is
Probably
this-
some of the best 7 days of my life. I can't even explain to you how beautiful of a trip that was.
This is towards the end of last year, right? 2024?
Yeah.
Okay. So what happens when you get on the ground? Did he have the plug to call up? You're like, obviously, I want to go to the guys.
Couple second cousins.
Right.
You know, you're from an area. You know the area.
Yeah.
You know the guys that run shit. So we get in, and then it's all about earning respect. You can't challenge them day one. Why would I challenge them day one? I got 7 days.
What'd you do when you walked in? What was the first room you walked into? What was it like?
I don't remember getting off. I remember the car. I remember when I started the cameras. Started the camera in the car. There's like fucking 4 guys next to me. 2 of them in the front with guns. Driving through, talking to other Taliban in the streets. Hello. Fucking 6-year-old girl cleans the window in the middle of the highway. Like at a red light. And then, she's not wrapped up. And then you're seeing some women in the streets, but mainly men. And then you're starting to learn the language. You want to get a baseline of like how to call people, how to whatever. So you spend the car ride really excited learning. That's really important if you want to climb. And then I asked him if we could get in the local attire, so I blend in. I grew my beard for that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Yeah, I grew my beard so I could blend in with them because I figured that would get me the best content, the furthest. And the idea is just to extract as much humanity as you can. And in doing so, you'll capture all the other extra cool content that you want. It'll just happen. That's how I see it. It's not like you have to force a clip farm. You definitely have to create it. Like, hey, guys, are we doing something later? Yeah, don't worry. We're having lunch with a bunch of generals. Like, whoa. Like, first night, fucking 10 dudes come in with guns, and they're sitting there talking to their guest, trying to convert me to Islam off the bat.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Good. I have the words God gives me the words that I need to say in the moment. I'm really good at... Yeah, I can, and I speak many languages, so I can.
Yeah, you feel like you're good at maneuvering.
Yeah, I maneuver.
Sure. So they know you're ultimately not converting, but for some reason
not really.
You make them okay with it.
Well, not really. It's not like that because it's always an open conversation. It's never a debate.
Are you asking them questions then, like, why should I convert?
I'm learning.
Yeah.
Every interaction is learning how they communicate new things about Islam from their perspective, right? Because remember, there's just like Christianity, there's no one type of Islam.
Sure.
You got Dubai, you got Saudi, you got Afghanistan, you got Pakistan, these are all different cultures.
For sure.
Right? So you sit there and you learn. They teach you a few things off the bat. They say, you know what Taliban means? I'm like, what? They're like, it means student. Yeah, they're like Talib. I'm like, oh, Talib is like someone who's matlub, which means someone who's called upon. So like a wanted person in Lebanon in Arabic is called matlub. Matlub is like a plural, is a different form of Talib. Okay, Talib means student, so they taught me that off the bat. It's like someone who's called upon. I'm like, oh, cool. There's kind of a translation here that we can use at some point. Oh, you're a student? This means you're willing to learn. You get me?
You turn it on them.
So if I have a different view, you're a student. You're willing to learn, right? Tell me why I'm wrong. So at any point, that's almost like a grenade.
Yes.
You're a Talib. Student, please don't kill me for saying the wrong thing. So, because you don't know, you only know what you've seen on the Western media too, but you also know they're human and you know that God's got your back always. So it's an interesting,
So instead of looking at them as the guys who harbored the Al-Qaeda terrorists and don't let women wear anything if it's not covering them all the way to their eyeballs, or, go and pressure neighborhoods and kill people who don't fall under their thumb, instead of looking at it that way, you tried to understand why they had the beliefs they did outside the context of how the West presents it.
Exactly.
Could you see how
that could be dangerous?
Yes.
Could you see how that could be peaceful? Could you see how that could harbor with a 6-hour series on YouTube? Mm-hmm. People seeing that maybe we shouldn't bomb people, maybe we should just talk to each other.
Yeah.
So, Both ways. Depends how you want to perceive it.
It's that scale again.
It's that scale.
Yeah.
For me, the intention is peace. It's peace everywhere. It's peace by being a peacemaker.
You ever see the show Homeland?
Yo, if somebody's like kidnapped, let's say like a regular American tourist is kidnapped in Afghanistan, like worst case, I can probably go talk them out.
You think you could talk them out?
4 people. I could, yeah. I think so. I think I could, out of any, because here's the thing. I'm not worried about going to jail anywhere. I have God with me at all times. I know it sounds crazy. But like, I got kidnapped for 2.5 weeks, right?
Yes.
What did I do in those 2.5 weeks? I worked out and I learned. I asked God to teach me whatever it is I'm here to learn. Teach me.
Right. I don't want to understand. Highly dangerous situation.
Sure, yeah.
Hostage negotiation going on.
Sure.
You're a prisoner. But it was a
I'm
little
not coming
bit
out a better person.
It was a little,
I mean, I'm not coming out a worse person.
But it was a little bit of a different context than like, a third world prison.
I get you.
It could have gotten to that.
But here's the thing. It's all about perspective. So if I get thrown in a third world prison, I know God has thrown me there for something. Some sort of person I'm supposed to ignite a light in. That's in there. That's suffering, that has done enough evil in the world and wants repentance and wants to be taught the way to do that. You get me?
Yes.
I'm at a different perspective there. Okay? Because I know I'm not doing wrong in the world. I know that my intent is positively intended. And it says in the scriptures, it says you'll be in front of courtrooms. And I mean, this is not exact scripture, but this is the concept that it says. It says you'll be put against, courtrooms in different societies, and I will give you all the gifts you need to get out of it. The story of Jonah in the Bible, where he gets swallowed by a whale?
Yes.
That was because he was going to Nineveh, which is one of the most criminal places recorded in the Bible at that time. And he didn't want to go. And so God taught him another lesson and said, you're still going to go, bitch. You get me?
Yeah.
So if you're ever thrown in those situations, you still have to make them positive. Every struggle, no matter what, like there could be 5 people trying to beat the shit out of it. You still got to figure out how to make it positive. You still got to talk. Bro, it's not like I'm going just to this situation just on a YouTube video. I'm in these situations every day, all the time. God puts me on the path of other people, and the same way he puts them on the path to teach me something, right? Like there's always something to learn. What not to do, what to do, always, every moment, 100% of moments, from the moment you wake up to the moment you finish. If I play a video game, yeah, you could say it's wasting time. That's a perspective. But the other perspective is I'm playing a chess match right now. I have to learn a way to outsmart someone and pre-predict their movements in order to win a larger match 25 minutes from now, which in turn gives me short-term thinking chess skills that are going to allow me to stack up a longer, decades-long chess match, right? I'm not playing a game to waste time. I'm playing this game to victory royale, brother. What do you think I'm here for? I'm here for the Snapchat that I won the game. Like that's how I made this career, brother. That's gonna get me all the bitches, bro.
Where did you grow up?
Atlanta, Georgia, and then I spent my summers in Lebanon.
Interesting. So were your parents originally from Lebanon and they came here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn immigrants.
So you're first generation American.
Yeah. I'm the kind of people that are ruining the country. Put the wall up.
What was Lebanon like as a kid in the summer?
It gives you good perspective. Lebanon's the most beautiful country in the world in the summer.
I've heard it's incredible.
Yeah. No one will ever come to Lebanon and say that it was a bad country for them.
Yep.
Because the people have a crazy empathy, and it's also grounded in God. It's the only it's not the only Middle Eastern country. Many have accept all religions, but Lebanon, they're very well intertwined. 3 different religions: Muslims, Christians, and Druze. Druze is
DRUZE. Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone gets along with each other. And then people have all been through crazy suffering in the last 5 years, like Beirut explosion, financial collapse, earthquake, COVID, no jobs, bullshit. So everyone helps each other survive. So you go to a store in Lebanon, you want to buy a water on a hot day, and like let's say you have a $20 bill and the guy has no change,
He gives it to you.
just give it to you for free.
Yeah.
He's like, no, bro, you're not gonna leave. I'm like, no, it's okay. He's like, take it. I'm like, whoa. Like he's forcing me to take the water for free. That would never happen in the West. Never. Everything is like a dollar amount. So you're automatically conditioned to believe it's all transaction based purely off of a number in your fake bank account that you don't even own that they could seize at any time.
This is what's crazy, bro. We have this beautiful experiment where people from all different cultures came here and formed this country that now has 350 million people. And so we have an understanding, especially like being from New Jersey. I know you can feel the same way being from Atlanta. Places like that, you have such an understanding of a million different types of places that have now come here into America. And yet somewhere along the way, we became a culture that put fences up around our houses, right? The community in so many places stopped being a community. It started being, I'm going to worry about the people under my roof and, you know,
That's
fuck
the hardest
you,
part
figure it
about
out.
America.
It's very difficult.
It's that and the food.
The food.
Yeah, the food is like, imagine that infinite stack.
Uh-huh.
Imagine that with GMO, with pesticide.
Oh, yes. Right.
Over
Of
time,
course.
the soil.
Of course.
Okay. The food outside the U.S., it's the biggest reason I don't spend much time in the U.S.
The food.
Every year, I probably spend about 5 to 6 weeks in the U.S. total. Okay. I come in and out just to see my family, and then I'm out.
Yeah.
Maybe 7 max. But that's because of the food.
And the water, too.
I mean, you can always buy bottles.
Yeah, but even that, like, I've read some stuff on that. Even that's got some stuff in it sometimes, too.
Yeah,
I
the thing
know
is
less about that. Help me in the comments.
There's just also a lesson. I mean, obviously, do your due diligence, take care of yourself. But if you drink the water with faith that you'll be okay, I know that sounds crazy, but like, you'll be fine, bro. Like, don't worry. It's water. You need it to survive. You're here. Purpose based is really important. Yeah. Okay, I'm telling you, when your purpose is a higher purpose, nothing is yours anymore. But because of it, you can operate out of such minimalistic abundance. Does that make sense?
Run that one back for me.
Okay. So what's the purpose that you do this podcast?
I get to talk with people I'm interested from around the world and understand their perspectives.
Have you ever thought about the impact your podcast has? 50,000 or 100,000 or 300,000 views on somebody educating someone?
The thoughts, I don't have a lot of time as much as I should to think about those things, but the thoughts of some podcasts in particular, yes, that has definitely dawned on me.
Purpose is super important because purpose also gives you a crazy confidence. Okay? That if you have a higher purpose, every challenge will be conquered. So even shitty water, and I had this talk with a guru in Nepal. He's looking at me. There's 10, 20 burning bodies in front of me. It's an open crematorium.
Oh, okay. All right,
and we're sitting, we're over it. This is a video I did. Yeah. And I'm asking him, I'm like, what, like, can you swim in this? He's like, yeah, swimming in this water is interesting because anybody can swim in this water if you have the faith to swim in this water. And like all the comments were like, this guy's crazy, this guy's cuckoo, like it's dirty ass sewage water. But if you take the time to dissect it and you actually practice extreme, faith, you learn that anything will be taken care of, anything and everything. So even like shitty water, okay, if you have to drink it, let's say you're stuck in the middle of the Congo, okay, 7 days you've had no water, and the only river source you find is some sort of river that they say online has this blah, blah, blah bacteria, and you drink out of it, you'll be fine. But it all comes down to belief. The belief is really important.
You think that can
Yes.
discount everything?
Yes.
So why do you only spend 5 to 6 weeks a year in America because of the food?
Because I have the choice, okay? And I know that my body is the temple, okay? So I get you. I get your idea.
You're not going to believe the glyphosate away, essentially.
I still come back because, I mean, America's a beautiful place, but two, that is poison. Okay, the food literally becomes poison, right? When I come, I fast a lot too. Okay, I do. I fast a lot in the U.S. You ever done a 3-day fast?
Yes, I did one 3 months ago.
Very powerful. My first ever 3-day
Very
fast
powerful.
was when I was kidnapped.
Oh,
Yeah.
a little bit higher stress circumstances, but yeah.
Your question is great though, because I get it. I get the question. It's not about like putting yourself in the situation. It's more like if you need it in this situation.
Yeah.
You get me? Like you still got to do the things to avoid, but in the scenario, you're going to be okay. Right? Like don't throw yourself in hell, which is interesting for me to say.
In some ways, it's like, all right, you're not going to be doing this into perpetuity, so you're going to be fine doing something in the moment. I got you.
Exactly.
I think I agree with that too. I think you can. I think the older I get, the more I realize how dumb I was to assume that the human mind is not the most powerful indicator of everything that you do, down to your literal physical health. Right? I used to think some of that stuff was like a little overblown, like you can't manifest something away or something like that. And yes, sometimes people will run with things that I think are beyond what capabilities are. But the idea that those two things are not heavily intertwined it is wrong. They definitely are.
They are, and they're yin and yang. The spiritual affects the physical, and it's. I'm gonna give you a cool story that happened to me a few days ago. My car spun out in the middle of the highway.
Ooh.
I was on the way from Toronto to Cleveland 6 days ago. I rented a beater with my cousin, and I was like, oh, we're just gonna talk about God and drive a short distance. Like we're not trying to, whatever. We're gonna go slow.
Yeah.
11 p.m. at night. We're almost there. Tire blows out, spins from the right 4 lanes of the highway over the grass median into the other 4 lanes of the highway. And this highway was like both going the same ways, not opposite direction. So we spun out from over the grass and then onto here. And now we're in the middle 2 lanes and there's only left and right. And I look and there's a car coming around the turn that's like a couple hundred meters that way, maybe 150, 200 meters. 300 meters. I don't know the distance, but I could see the car. I'm like, okay, fuck. Now we're in the middle of the highway. The car's not turning on. I get out the car and I run towards the cars and the trucks. I'm kind of standing on the edge just in case they're going to maul me, but I'm trying to signal them, hey, please stop. Please stop. My cousin's in the driver's seat. Like, we don't want our shit to get fucked up. It's a big wreck. Like, better to stop it. And we literally stopped the whole highway. That was like Moses parting the Red Sea to me, bro. What do you mean, bro? I just like spun out. I'm like, okay, it's just 2 guys in the car. There's no women, so there's no panic. Let's fix this situation, you know? You get out and you book it and you stop it and you're like, after it's done, you're like, oh my God. That was cool.
He's like Kanye at Lollapalooza saying, he goes, hey, yo, watch this.
I'm like, that was cool. And it's like, that was God. That was God teaching me, hey, next time, just be more abundant. Like, okay, you rented a beater, you know, you were obviously having a safe, you know, a fun drive, but don't worry about saving $300 even for a 5-hour trip. Like, just rent something serious. It'll all come back to you. Like, you don't need to fucking save here. You don't need to whatever. Just keep doing your thing. Do it properly. Don't get yourself into these little... It's a constant test, bro. Life, every day is a lifetime. So even as I preach these things to you, it doesn't mean I don't fight them every day. Right? I'm not sitting to you here like I'm some sort of perfect being. No, I'm here with a message that I've learned that there is a path ahead of you for you to become more aware of so many different things around you. And it all starts with admitting that you know nothing. Like literally all the shit that you've been taught your whole life. It's all just somebody else's perception.
So you're open to, for example, a lot of the, and I actually think you've said a lot of things here today that make a lot of sense, and I think you're probably right about. But what you're saying is that you will operate with the assumption that even things that you've stated today as fact about your perceptions of the world could change with better evidence.
All the time. And they change and they grow. I'm a completely different person than I was a year ago.
Yes.
That's a good thing, not a bad thing.
Depending on the context, but
Sure.
absolutely for you.
Sure.
It's a good
Somebody
thing.
could definitely
Yes.
go into a worse scenario. But yes, change is good. Change is really good. Where much of society actually stops is they box themselves into a few labels and they say, I'm this. Okay. What does Islam mean?
Like the actual word?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Is it peace?
Islam means submission. Taslim halak means to submit yourself. So, by definition of the actual word, if you were to ask me if I'm a Muslim, I could tell you yes, because my perception of what you're asking is yes, I submit to God. But I was raised Christian. I'm wearing Jesus on my shirt.
Yeah.
Right? This is, for me, the greatest teacher that's taught me. But I could tell you I'm a Muslim. But then if you tell me to say the whole conversion line, which is like, La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasul, like that part, the first part says there's nobody but God. The second part says that Muhammad is the last prophet. I can agree with the first part. I can't agree with the last part because I believe prophets and messengers are among us right now, all the time.
So he can't be the last.
He can't be the last.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because by putting him as the last, you've automatically cemented yourself in 600 time period.
Yes.
Buddy, you're living 1600 years ago.
So you think prophets are all among us right now? How do you define a prophet?
I know that prophets and messengers will come across your journey once you choose to start believing that they will. And it'll come from the random people that you see in the streets. These are angels. Each human is an angel of God. It's a son of God, right? You're a son of God. You're a son of God. I'm a son of God. Like, we're children of the Lord, right? Mm-hmm. So each person will come and tell you along your path, once you start living in the moment, things. They'll guide you. You'll get guidance from different aspects of life, from all aspects of life. God is in all things. So in terms of messengers and such, that's how they'll come. And it says in the scriptures that you have to talk to other people to receive the answers. It says that. That's why confession, Catholic confession, is to another priest. You have to humble yourself in front of the Lord who is in all things. So when you can go and communicate with these people, they'll teach you. It could be the homeless person that teaches you. It could be the billionaire that teaches you. You know, that question that you have in your mind that you're asking God for assistance with, he's actually giving you the answer. You're just not seeing it. You know, and he'll give it to you over and over until you see it. And whatever you ask, anything you ask will be answered. Anything.
When did you start thinking about God? How young were you when you thought about it? And then
Young.
To what point did you actually start to believe in that?
I was an altar boy growing up. You know, those guys that help the priest. Mm-hmm. And then I went through this like fame Twitch period, professional gaming and whatnot, where I was so focused on work, didn't really pray at all. Just stream, we're doing good, whatever. And then once I started traveling, 25, 24 is when I kind of came back. At 25, 26, I think, that was like the Cartel is when I really started coming back to God. I went and hung out with the Cartel for 5 days, and that was the most fear I've ever felt.
When was that again? 24?
23.
23.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is pre-Haiti.
Yeah, pre-Haiti, right before Haiti. Exactly. Why all things stack up,
Yes.
and you just got to trust the path. Because if it wasn't for the Cartel 3 months before Haiti, I wouldn't have had some of the lessons that I needed to survive Haiti.
Yeah.
So it was because November to March, that area, I started reading scripture again, seeking, answers, having God guide me on these trips, and actually having like an anchor. And it was because of that I survived Haiti. So I really like your line of questioning, by the way.
Thank you.
The way you take this all is quite nice.
Dude, I mean, you're making it easy just because
Yeah.
there's so much, like, you know, for people out there listening, I'm sure there's like a million directions that I haven't gone today because you introduced like 12 different things, but we'll do future podcasts where we can do that because I do have all those questions. I just want to let you cook.
You're welcome to ask me
you're
whatever,
cooking.
any, also critical questions you have or anything, please feel free to ask. I'm totally open.
I appreciate that. So it seems to me, and I think this is a great thing, that the way that you hypothesize your surroundings and not to overstate it, but like your meaning of life and get that is based on just being in the moment, learning from experiences, right? So putting yourself into things that you haven't done before, which is always a form of change, right? With people that are completely different from you, good, bad, in between, not you to judge, whatever it might be. And then based on how you then respond to that yourself, you start to think about, you get like new clues on how things might work or what people might be like. You see what I'm saying? Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Always learning from all different aspects, and detachment's really important.
What's really important?
Detachment from the situation.
After the fact.
It's not personal. No, during the fact.
During it.
Yes.
So how do you detach
You can be
while
present.
staying present? Yeah.
You can be present, but detached personally.
Can you explain that?
Yes, as in I'm present and I understand all the threats that might be here or all the different, male egos in this room in the favela. I can see who's having trouble with my presence here. I can tell he's got kind of an evil eye towards me. Okay, that's not personal. I'm a guest in his house. So I'm going to detach from it, and then I'm going to attack him verbally to diffuse the situation. Attack, not aggressively, but I'm going to go towards this guy and diffuse his negativity.
Got it.
So you get it?
Face it. Yes.
I'm detached.
Yes.
It's not a personal reason that he hates me. I'm just a guy in here who might be coming for his crown. I could be a random favela guy. I could be a spy in his favela.
Right.
I could be a police. Who knows? To him, he's got a billion threats in his head to keep his empire. I'm a random guy here. You get me?
Yes.
So I understand that all these threats are here. It has nothing to do with me. So then I'm going to diffuse the situation. So that's presence with detachment.
Yeah.
Detachment's a tough thing. Detachment was forced upon me because I was kidnapped.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't need my YouTube channel. Like my family's setting this up from the outside, but it's really just me in here as well. I'm the only person who's in here. You get me? Like I'm detached from everything.
You also had to kind of surrender to the fact that you're not in control of the situation at all.
Exactly.
That's a level of the detachment. For
exactly.
Sure. Let me explain what I mean by this because it's not going to be what it sounds like. Some of what you're describing sounds in a similar vein as like method acting in a way, right? And here's what I mean.
Cultural chameleon.
Yes. But it's like you are aware that there are these things out of your control. Let's say you're sitting with the cartel guys and there's, 15 of them in there and it's like, well, if I piss off the wrong guy, who knows what happens here? No one ever knows. But like you said earlier, instead of being fearless, you just have to fear less, which means you almost have to step outside of the fact that you're physically here in what is objectively a dangerous situation and just start to treat those same people as you would all other people, show deference to the ones that appear to have more power, and in a way, put on an air of blissful ignorance, aloofness to the sense that they start to realize, you know what? He doesn't look at us like he's worried about the next thing we're going to do. He looks at us like he's just talking with us. I think he can stay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So is there a question with that?
No, it's an observation. I want to make sure I'm trying to put myself in
cultural
your head.
chameleon.
Yeah.
I wouldn't talk to you the same way I talk to my girl.
Yeah.
Baby, I love you.
Yeah, don't do that.
So be many things to many people. It says that in Corinthians, if I'm not mistaken. Paul is speaking to a whole nation, And he says, speak to the Jews like the Jews, speak to the Romans like the Romans, speak to the Corinthians like the Corinthians, right? One thing actually that we do so well in the West, and it's a bad thing, is that we believe that we have to communicate my way.
Yes.
It's my way. This is the only way of communicating. I'm correct. Freedom. You know what I mean? Like, because freedom of speech is our number one thing. So like, don't silence me. I got to do it my way. And so what you'll get is this personal attachment to these cultural situations instead of just humbling yourself and learning their way of communication.
Yes.
Right?
There is an amazing line in the show Homeland. I was going to bring this up 20 minutes ago in something else, and now you just brought it to something that's just like it again. But Homeland is like, it was a show about some lady in the CIA who had severe anxiety, but was like a super spy or whatever, trying to catch terrorists. And so in season 4, I think it was, there was the lead terrorist was an Afghani guy named Haqqani, which, by the way, Newman Akar, who played that guy.
I put the hat of the Haqqani guy on. They have a cultural hat.
Yeah. What's that called? You know it. Because of what's his face?
They dressed me in it,
Your
bro.
boy.
And they gave me history while they were doing it. They're like, this is the Haqqani. This is from blah, blah, blah Haqqani, one of the biggest leaders in Afghanistan.
Well, this guy, so I guess they probably named him in the show like after someone real or something like
Yeah,
that. But
for
he was
sure.
like, he was a fictional character, but he had.
Oh, that's a big network.
Yeah, so he was. When you look at him in the context of the show, he was blowing up people, fighting his war. You know, he's a terrorist. That's how he's labeled. But he had this line that always stuck with me, and I've talked about it before on the podcast because it spoke to something way bigger than, you know, a character in a show, let alone what the context of that person was. And he said, America hates what it can't understand.
Yes.
And
That's a great line.
I think that is exactly what you're getting at right
powerful
here.
line.
We are the West. We know the way. This is how we communicate. This is everything. It's not to say, for example, that I don't think, because I do think this, free speech isn't better than not free speech. I do think that. But if I just go into a place that, say, doesn't practice free speech or something like that and say, you're bad, you're dumb, we know what we're doing, it's free speech, you should do it this way because of that, how the fuck am I ever going to get them to even open their mind to
drop
that
missiles
kind of
on 'em.
thing? Right.
Yeah, just missile them.
Drone them.
Yeah.
Drone attack a wedding.
Yeah, let them
That's
know.
right.
Free speech.
Yeah.
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 Free speech.
So we go in, I mean, you've seen that then up close. A lot of these people have an idea of us because the previous people who have come to represent America come to them and don't understand.
That's infinite.
Yeah.
So imagine how much fear is induced in the minds of tens of millions of Americans. Now imagine how much fear is induced of Americans by blah, blah, blah Talibans or by Jews or by Lebanon, Hezbollah. There's so many infinite over thousands of years.
Yeah.
You get it? So there's like so many ways that people perceive the world. And the best way to treat it all, I know it sounds crazy. Like I'm not playing a political game. Wars have always existed, but it's just to treat everyone well. That's really what it comes down to. It's just like different culture. It's cool. Bro, you guys should take a boys trip to Afghanistan. Like, think about what that would do for the team. Team trip. You guys should be traveling once every 6 months as a team or whatever to, you know, just you and your boys to learn new things. It would probably make your podcast even multiply.
I agree, man.
You could. People always say, like, even my family said this when I went into traveling. It's like, what about your money? Save it. I'm like, well, I have about 18 months of travel saved up right now if I want to keep growing this operation. Let's make it 12. Let's put it all back in. And worst case, I went to 35 countries this year and I have $0. Assuming I make $0 along the way. Let's fucking do it. Now we're at 80 countries and we're not at $0.
And you said you do this like on whims. You're like, ooh, let's go there. It's not like you plan out, I'm going to go to this country, and then that one, and then that one, and then the one. You go with the vibes.
Just day by day. I have a rough idea sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I'll be in this country this month, but I'll figure it out as I go. I don't like the constraint. I got to make my flight at 7:01. I'll fucking extend my flight if I want, bitch.
The anxiety of time.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
How did you end up? What was the impetus to make you say, you know what, I want to go live inside the cartels for a week or whatever? Like, was that just a thought?
That one was
day?
ego fueled.
Ego fueled.
Ego fueled for sure.
Would it just like to say you did it?
Yeah, fucking none of you can do what I do. There's always that, you know, like the whole journey is the conquering of the ego. That one was ego fueled for sure. It's like it was also God sent me it. It was a cool story.
What's the story?
I was scrolling Instagram again.
With that face. All right. Ooh, cartels.
Bro, the thing is I don't scroll. Like I open Instagram 2-3 minutes max.
I move my thumb.
Exactly. You're scrolling, I move my thumb. Oh man. Oh, you're good, bro. That would hurt. Whew. Yeah, so I don't scroll. Like I stop myself for the most part. So if I'm scrolling for 2-3 minutes and some shit pops up, God sent me this, bro. Like maybe you think it's algorithm, but that's on you. You know, like I know this is sent to me. Why? Ex-hitman from the Mexican cartel just gets out of jail, turns to a Muslim, wants to visit Medina and Mecca, okay? And now there's an Instagram reel on my timeline with 2,000 views of him talking about his story. When in the world am I ever going to be able to document the cartel with this much safety and access? Never. Never again.
Or with even that kind of story. That's
never
crazy.
again.
Yeah.
Never in my life. There's only now. So I DM him. No one's gotten to him. I DM him. Okay, just this one podcast guy. Some random podcast he was speaking on. I DM him, hop on a call. Yo, let's do this. You know it's going to be dangerous, right? Like some shit might happen. Like we might die. Yeah, he's like, are you religious? I was like, somewhat, but not really. He's like, after you come out of this trip, if you do, you're going to be religious.
Oh, he said that?
He said that. On camera. It's part of episode 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you said, let's fucking do it.
Fuck, let's fucking do it.
Where'd you go? What inside of what cartel?
I can't say.
You can't say.
No,
Okay.
I'd just rather
So
not.
we won't say area. We won't say which cartel.
It's just Mexico.
Yeah.
I mentioned it in the video that I went to Michoacan to interview a hitman in the jungle. That was a cool day. That was one of the coolest days of my life, but also the most fearful.
So wait, before I...
Not because of the hitman, because another guy had a hit on us, another boss.
Another boss put a hit on you and
Yeah.
him because you were there interviewing him?
I'll tell you what happened.
Yeah, please.
Mexican hitman guy that's supposed to take me does an interview in between when we agreed on this and when we filmed it. Interview goes out and gets millions of views by Lad Bible.
Oh.
Now he's famous. And famous, not viral famous, but famous criminal niche famous. That's police, that's criminals, that's... You get me, right?
Bad publicity.
Curious people.
Yep.
So now we're in Mexico. Crazy guy who does journalist videos plus famous hitman is in Cancun. Police are smart enough, you know, probably to see something like this. We are filming with some people. They get raided that night. That's part of the risk that comes with these kind of videos.
Oh, sure.
Staying super low key.
Yes.
You know, mitigating a lot of these risks. Usually you want to stay quiet because, like, you want to stay quiet. You want to get in and out quick because, especially with some of these weaker lines, chains of command, you're in before word can even, you know, because word spreads quick. You can get to the top of a nation in a few minutes. Phone calls.
I see what you're saying. Yes.
One guy calls his guy who's
Yeah.
high up in
Yes.
the intelligence.
Yes.
He calls the president or the leader of the country. It takes 2 phone calls.
Might take a few more than that, but yeah.
Sure.
I see what you're saying.
But you get me, right?
Yes.
But it could happen in 2.
In a perfect world.
Not really.
President, especially in a corrupt country,
Bro.
president's high up to go. You can get there, but like
In a corrupt country, it's easier.
they got a lot of people on the take in Mexico. I do a lot of Mexico content in here. That's why I'm thinking about it a lot.
No, I get you. I'm not talking about the president of Mexico. I'm just saying in general.
Okay.
So even towards a criminal mob boss, even towards but you get the idea.
Yeah, I'll bet in Albania
I'm explaining
you can
how
do that.
quickly it can happen to the top.
Yeah.
Now imagine how quickly it can happen to this guy or this
That's
leader.
right.
That's my point,
Yes.
right? Like I'm not saying that they're calling the president for this guy. I'm saying that that's how quickly a chain of command can happen.
Yeah.
A few minutes. So word spreads really quickly now. So that's also a really important thing is slithering your way through.
It's even, I mean, like even in America, my buddy Brandon Buckingham.
Oh, you're buddies with Brandon.
Yeah, he got
Brandon's
sprayed.
cool.
Great guy. He got sprayed with like, I mean, they missed, but they hit his producer in the jaw. They got sprayed with like
Mustafa.
50, yeah, 50,
good friend of
60
mine.
bullets. He's Lebanese.
He's
I think,
Lebanese,
right?
yeah. We met in Lebanon accidentally this year.
No shit.
How crazy is
Were
that?
you there when he was doing the documentary?
No,
Brandon?
I hit up some people just in case he needed anything.
Got
I
it.
was with him on the line. Like,
Yeah.
you need anything, please text me.
I appreciate that. I love Brandon.
Yeah,
He's
cool.
He's a great guy.
killer.
He really does care. But Brandon will put, just like you, like he'll put himself in wild situations. But to your point, like that, you hear that story, that was in Chicago, like how quickly that escalated from just sitting around while a couple dudes are playing video games to suddenly like, oh shit, like 6 people are spraying bullets. Now think about,
Wait, Mustafa got hit in the jaw
I think it was Mustafa.
He got
but
shot?
Yes. Yeah. Have you seen this video?
recently?
This was 9 months ago, something like
Okay,
that?
so Mustafa's good. No,
Yeah, no. Luckily, he was good. It's the most people should go watch it. We can't even play it, but it is on YouTube. Like this video will get demonetized if we play it.
That's why we
But-
have Taboo TV.
But he,
Yeah,
I mean,
and
they-
guess what? There's other people on there.
you were telling me like that's the idea, so that other creators can come on and put the stuff. But
Check
like,
this.
they did at least let him put it up, which was good.
These 2 other creators are some of the sickest creators in the world. This guy was train surfing in Bangladesh, Ceylon tour. He just went naked monkey hunting in the Amazon. So while we're sitting
let's
here
get this
recording
guy
a
in
podcast, there's a tribe in the Amazon that's hunting monkeys naked, and they have a Starlink, and they're watching TikTok women shaking ass.
Yes.
They're corrupted by
That's right.
right now.
I know.
So the world is so big,
Yeah.
and there's so many crazy creators. Okay, Waleed, this
Yeah,
guy
I'm
is
looking at this guy.
this guy just
Waleed.
went right now. He's in West Africa. He just went the last 2 months. He's traveled 35 countries. Been hitchhiking through black rivers and mountains and whatever. He's feeding 50 wild hyenas with his mouth. This guy goes to like blue volcanoes. He's been to 150 countries. Summited Kilimanjaro or some shit.
I
don't know.
love this shit.
It's crazy, bro.
I
These are the
love this
craziest
shit.
motherfuckers in the world.
I love this
That's
shit.
That's what we're putting on Taboo TV.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, they at least, I'll give YouTube this. They let Brandon put the video up and it got pushed in the algorithm too. I assume it was demonetized, but I guess it was Mustafa because he's got a couple guys, but he kept the camera rolling.
It's good. That's a good cameraman.
Bro. And then like left it on the dumpster. He's like, oh shit, I'm hit. Oh my God. And like, he's like, I think I'm good. I'm alive. And then he leaves and the camera was still rolling when Brandon was talking with the cops. It's an insane video, but it does show you like when you go and you're getting real stories, it's not like, hey, journalists, no touching every time. Like
That's not how that works. No, you're in the danger.
You're in the danger.
Yeah, and it's fun too.
So you had this guy did a Lad Bible interview in between your time.
Within that month.
Yeah.
And it went fucking nuclear.
So then he gets a hit put on him, which means you allegedly have a hit on you.
I don't think he got the hit put on him.
Okay.
I think the police raided the criminals that were showing us, and they thought it was us. So then the hit got put on us.
Okay.
Yeah. By the criminals.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
And just
I think the
remind me,
police just tracked us.
this guy was the same guy that you initially saw in the reel who said he was
Yeah,
a hitman,
yes,
left
yes,
prison,
yes.
wanted to
He
convert
protected
to
me.
Islam.
Oh, he protected me.
Okay, so had he converted to Islam yet at that point?
Yeah, yeah.
He-
He was he was the deepest he'll probably ever be in his. Maybe he's deeper now. You know, good for him if he is.
How did he, when you were talking with him, how did he level that with what his career had been and perhaps maybe still was as a hitman? Was he still a hitman?
No. He
at
wasn't a
that point?
hitman anymore. He was out.
He left.
Forgiveness, bro.
Okay.
Forgiveness.
How did he
You
get
gotta be.
into it?
You gotta be willing to forgive yourself and actually be on the path of becoming a higher person. You know, a better
So
person.
you think all the bad, like, you know, karmic stuff that he built over that time,
It can be canceled
he can
out.
restart and cancel it out, even at that level?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Okay.
In a room of darkness, even a single flame will light the room. So that's a really important lesson to know, and even the deepest darkness, right? Like that's why it says in the scriptures that Jesus went down to hell for 3 days. That's a symbolic description of what happens to the majority of great men along their path of becoming great. You know, some of the greatest saints were some of the greatest sinners before then. Like
Yes.
they were out doing the craziest shit. That's the path of a man as well. Like that curiosity, that willingness to break all the barriers that society puts on you. You know, to take care of your bloodline, to take care of your family, to do well, stack well. Like that's just a man. You know, you go through all these sufferings by yourself. Nobody hears about him. Not even your girl, like not even your wife, not your parents. Like it's just you. It's the shit that you're going through. You know, other men go through them. You know, it's on the other end comes out this love, this eternal love and forgiveness, this power that many men watching might have felt before, and I'm sure it's going to resonate with them. And that is replicable. You're able to summon that at any point. Many people have different skill sets, okay? Some people are good at creating $50 million. Some people are good at bending a room with their words. Words are magic. Have you gone into that?
Like that phrase and breaking that down?
Words are magic.
I mean, I agree that if by
Every word that comes out of your mouth.
Are you saying it's literally magic?
Literally
or it can
magic.
Be shaped it in a way that, you know, the way you express things can move people?
Yes, both.
Okay.
Both. So what's the action of writing a word letter by letter called?
Writing?
Or letter by letter in like class when you're in elementary
Spelling?
school? Yeah. Spelling is,
Magic?
it's a spell. You're writing a spell. Oh yeah, see?
This is like a Kanye bar.
Sure.
Like Terrence Howard.
Sure, it could be, right?
Yeah.
It definitely could be a Kanye bar.
Yeah.
But it's right in front of you your whole life, and you've never chosen to see it. Your words can move rooms. Your words can make people cry, negative or positive. I had this chicken sandwich once in Norway, Molde in Norway, the middle of nowhere.
Chicken sandwich?
The best, dude, I've been all over the world. I'm a foodie. I love food. I've had the best foods in the world, the worst, whatever.
Norway had the best chicken sandwich.
Dude, I'm in fucking Molde, Norway, this grandma shop. I'm there for 5 days, okay? I had this chicken avocado sandwich. I don't know what this woman made it out of, but it was decades of her making this. I had it for 5 days. All 5 days I was there. And then I went and told this lady on my way out. I'm like, "Hey, let's leave some good vibes." So I said, "I don't know what you've done with this sandwich. I've been all over the world. I blah, 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 blah. But your sandwich is the best sandwich I've ever had in my life by a mile. I've never had anything like it. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Blah, blah, blah." 60-year-old like grandma. She started crying. Tears of joy that probably made her day. Maybe even her week. She's going to go on then and carry that even more.
Yes.
With more love into her food to all these other people that come through her cafe. Bro, that's infinite stacking.
I agree.
You get me?
Yes.
So that was my words that did that. So I know that I can hurt people with my words too.
Yes.
That's what I used to do in streaming, kind of. It was never malintended, but like a guy shit talks I'm going to shit talk him back.
You were incentivized to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? Like every minute someone comes and shit talks, I'm going to smoke them. You know, like I can be ruthless like that. But it was always with like intent to, it maybe even before I knew it. But now that I know it, now that I know how powerful these things can be, you become more specific with them. Right? Like, let's say you grow up a streamer. You're always clip farming everything for the clip. Okay, what if you got good enough with your words to clip farm everything, but like positive clips? What if now all the clips you're putting out into the world are you interacting with people in a positive way?
Yes.
You know, what if all your actions are actually just like that? Actively trying to become better, and you stack that, and then millions of people watch it, and then hundreds of millions of people watch it.
That's the only reason that I should say that's the main reason this show works.
Yeah.
Because it's like this. It's just live. Let it happen.
People go and make money off of it.
Yeah.
People learn from it. They go to create greater things for the world. Like, podcasting's a big medium of education as well.
Yeah.
You don't even need university anymore. University is more for the ability to build discipline.
Yeah.
You know, but the knowledge is everywhere. Everywhere. I have editors in Haiti. I have editors in South Africa. They can learn from their phone. They can clip from their phone.
Yeah.
You know, and then they can get paid in crypto to their phone directly.
It's amazing.
It's a whole new world that we live in.
I think university, in a perfect world, the ones that are good and do a good job, obviously we have some problems in that system right now, but it teaches you the language. But you have to go experience how to write and how to sing.
Yeah.
The world is going to shape you to do that. Like,
Right.
clearly, I mean, you're a living example of that. Like, you probably packed like fucking 40 lifetimes into the last 6 years, 3 years, 4 years specifically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, you learn how to adapt like some of that base understanding you have to then go into a moment, receive what you're getting, and deal with it.
Yes. Yeah, because there's always going to be a new contender.
Yes.
A new challenger in front of you, a new whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be like your brother, you know, ego battling you, or you're a friend in the street, or a stranger, or your girl, or your mother. Every action is a specific choice that, you know, you have to figure out how to maneuver.
Absolutely.
It could be 30 seconds, it could be 5 minutes, but all of it is a new lifetime. Every single day is a new lifetime. When you start living like that, that doesn't mean forget about your life. It means just make sure you're doing more. Make sure you're learning more today. Explore new things. Fill yourself with the skills, okay? Expand your mind to be able to store more. I mean, you're barely using any percent of your brain. Have you thought about that? How about this? How about every prayer? When you pray, where do you pray?
When I pray?
Where do you pray? Do you pray at all?
I believe there's a God, and I believe that I'm going to have to answer to something that created me, which in that case would be God one day. And I very much agree with the way you describe stacking things and doing good. I believe in the karma of life. So I'm humble in the face of that, and I'm also humble in the face of what I don't know. So I don't ascribe to an organized religion. I'm open-minded on pretty much any ancient text that people want to break down. But I do, if not to sound like meta or, you know, like fucking, you know, woo-woo, but I do talk to the universe, if you will. So if you want to call that praying,
That I do
yes,
call that praying.
I do.
That's exactly what I mean by praying. Yeah. And when you do that, where do you do that?
Anywhere.
No.
Yes.
No.
It's very random. I don't
Sure,
have like a
I
set
agree with
place
you.
where I go do it.
No, that's not a wrong answer. I'm just telling you, think deeper. Where do you do that?
In my heart?
Sure.
Yeah.
The prayer originates from either your heart or your mind.
I think it's a combination. Yeah.
And most people are still looking outwards. But yet all the greatest philosophers and thinkers and kings have all pointed to one thing, which is look inwards.
Yeah. It's physical too. It's
Yeah.
not just, it's not, I totally agree.
You feel it sometimes.
You feel, yeah. I
Like,
saw.
it just gives you this feeling like, okay, do this. I don't know why, but I'm going to do it. There's something confirming me to do this, to help this person, to do whatever, to post this video, like something.
Yeah, and it's a spectrum. It can be things that are like, oh, the universe is lining that up. This happens all the time. That makes me need to do that. It's the universe telling me like, oh, this happened at the same time. That's a lot of positive. But you know, like, I saw something unexpected yesterday that I didn't like. Right? I didn't expect to see it. I just kind of bumped into it. It was something personal, and I got a jolt from my heart, manifested down my arms, and my knees went weak for a minute. And this was like that. And it was shortly after that where I did kind of one of those like talking to the universe things, trying to make sense of what I had just seen, the reality of it, what was in my control, what wasn't. And it's just funny you're bringing this up, because I was literally going to bed last night thinking about that, about how the connection of physical manifestation inward is directly correlated with the way that you mentally understand yourself and make sense of your surroundings. And I don't know, it was just, and this was like almost like a stupid thing, but like my heart wanted something and didn't see what it wanted. And it just told everything in me down to my actual consciousness, hey, that wasn't what you wanted, but it's going to be all right. You have to sit in that now.
Yeah. Because sometimes God is teaching you something.
Yeah.
He's forcing you to learn a patience or a something or whatever.
It was the same exact thing that happened a month before that as well. Same situation. I was like, oh, this is like a huge test for me.
Yeah. I mean, do you care to share it?
No.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
Keep that one.
Yeah.
Also.
But it's exactly that. And just as these guys were bulletproof, this warlord, okay, through demonic entities, you can also have divine forces behind you.
Yes.
Yes. Except it requires much more humility, because you're not feeding the ego. You're instead tuning into thoughts given to you by the creator of all things.
How do you tune into that?
You have to learn to fix the radio antenna of your mind to not attach to negative thoughts. Because just as there is this, there is this, the yin and the yang. Okay, so those thoughts that come in every single day, okay, they can either be higher purpose or lower purpose thoughts, and you get better at tuning them in. But then this guy's always trying. This guy's always trying to come back in.
But what are those thoughts? Where would you define them on the scale of time? It's going to come full circle for you.
Presence.
Exactly. Those thoughts are all past or future.
Yes.
They're not where you are. They're not the emptiness of right now. And I mean emptiness in a positive light there.
Yes. I get you. Because the game is actually, eventually, the game is to not think. It's to be present.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not thinking what I'm going to tell you. I'm just here and it comes out of my mouth. Right? Like, I become a messenger in a way when I need to. Now, there's other times where I'm out there, my ego takes over, or like I'm gaming with the boys and I'm chatting shit with them or whatever. But if I'm out here and I'm doing, let's say, a podcast like this where we've gotten into deep spiritual stuff, you'll feel the truth that I'm speaking, because I'm tuned in to that. Anyone can tune into it. You just have to learn. It's a long journey.
Yes.
It's a long journey. And it's a lot of knowledge that you got to consume along the way. And when you seek it from the universe, God sends you it.
Well, yeah. No, I already totally believed in that. But yeah, it's just been like, I've gotten goosebumps a few times today. Just because like you hit me up yesterday.
Yeah.
That thing happened an hour later. Totally. And then I wasn't thinking about like our podcast today. I'm thinking about other things. The themes that I was then thinking about, you and I don't know each other.
Nope.
I've never talked with you about this stuff before. Those themes are exactly what you brought up at the outset today and have brought up throughout this whole thing.
Yeah.
And now we're here doing it. And it's like, why did that happen? We could have done this 3 months ago when Sonny first wanted us to do it that one time.
Yeah,
I completely forgot about that too. I was like, oh shit. Yeah,
he texted you too?
Yeah. He had texted me. And I was like, oh shit, we were supposed to do this one. But now it happened now. And it's like,
yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah. So that thing from 4 months ago connected to now.
Yeah.
You want me to drop some bars, but this one might lose some.
Drop it on me. Come on, let's play the piano and get this beat rolling.
I lost a power bank 4 years ago.
A power bank?
One of my best power banks. Power bank is really important for me.
Okay.
Really important. Like I need it to survive. I'm traveling for 7 days. Sometimes I can't charge. If I'm gonna film, if I need my phone, I have 3 power banks. It's allowed me to survive everywhere. Really productively. I lost it 4 years ago. So whatever, I buy a new one. I lost it at my friend's house who's in New Jersey. And I was meeting him yesterday. And he shows up and he gives me that power bank back and he goes, look what I got you. I'm like, what is this? He's like, you lost this at my house 4 years ago. I was like, oh fuck, I did. I gave my cousin, who I rented the beater with, that we fucking spun out on the highway, I gave him my power bank so he would have battery on his way back to Canada. He has to drive the beater back. 5 hours by himself.
After all that.
Yeah. So I gave it to him the other day, and I was going to buy a new one tomorrow. And all of a sudden, my power bank from 4 years ago appears with my friend who I haven't seen in months, just like, here's your power bank. That in itself is like, oh shit. The past from 4 years ago just connected to this car accident beater we just rented, and then I gave it away in abundance. Power banks are my babies, bro. Like I'm not attached to anything, but you fuck with my power banks, someone's gonna show up at your mom's house with some roses, you know? So like, to me, it was a lot, you know?
I'm a line on anything, but it's like,
I'm like, a fucking power bank, bro. Let's go. Yeah. So it was just another sign that the universe is listening. It gives you a lot of signs, It's whatever. It's a power. I don't care if the power bank's gone, but it's like when it gives you that little, like, oh, all this just connected, just as it did with you. It also did with me, and maybe the viewers can resonate in other things in their life. That's the beginning. The more you tune into that, the more it comes to you. Yes. And the key to tuning it, have you ever turned your brain off?
No.
You need to turn your brain off.
Like off?
Yes.
Off? That's not possible.
It's so hard here.
Turning it off?
Off.
Is that like a metaphor rather, you know?
It's a meditation. It's just breathing. You stop, you breathe, you take some time. It's throughout the day, bro. Like, you talk to the universe throughout the day, right? Like you said, anywhere.
Yeah, I do.
While you look inwards, instead of looking outwards, and you breathe, that breath is what? You got
something you're putting into the universe.
No, that breath is the Holy Spirit.
That's not what I was going to say. Okay.
That Holy Spirit, the Ruh al-Qudus that Muslims talk about, the Holy Spirit that Christians talk about. Okay, even mentioned in all the scriptures, there's a Holy Spirit. Bro, what keeps you alive since the moment you're born?
Oxygen.
Before food and water. Mm-hmm. And you've never thought about it. You actually stay alive automatically by this thing.
That you're never taught to do either.
Without this thing, you die. Mm-hmm. What happens if next time you manifest from the universe, you breathe? With trust. So you ask God for something. As you ask it, you breathe. What you're doing there is you're bridging the gap of the Holy Spirit. And by filling that energetic field with trust, the universe will respond. As you become more aware, it becomes quicker. At the beginning, it might take weeks, months, depending on the strength of your faith, depending on how much work you've done. But it becomes quicker. See, the thing is that you'll see people talk about religion and they'll say blind faith. You don't ask these things. It says, but blind faith is actually made by questioning everything.
Yes.
Blind faith doesn't mean you can't question everything. It means question everything and trust that as you live in the presence, the future is going to be okay. You get me?
Yes.
I have blind faith that I'm going to be okay after I leave this room. I have blind faith that I'm going to be okay tomorrow in the present moment, wherever I am. I have blind faith everywhere that I'm going to be okay. Okay? That doesn't mean that there isn't a energetic rejection of it. There is. But I don't dwell on it. I don't attach to
dwell on it.
Yeah, like I'm not attaching if I say, okay, I don't believe this. I'm not going to attach to that. I'll literally only attach the beliefs in my thoughts.
So you're not guaranteeing it, you're assuming it for your own peace. Meaning if you walked out that door right now and some guy had broken in here and blew your brains all over the hardwood floor.
It wouldn't happen.
It wouldn't happen.
No.
Because you're not thinking it would, but afterwards, you're in the afterlife, you look at that, you'd be like, well, that's just the way it goes.
Well, you're arguing a theoretical in the future that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You're automatically binding yourself by time, bro.
Gio's sitting over here
Come
I
on,
did
bro.
not smoke enough for this.
He gets it. I think he gets it, bro. He's been sitting here.
He's a
this
deep
is
thinker.
speaking to him. Yeah,
He's like a physics guy. He's very into this stuff. This was a good one for you to be here for sure.
It's like imagine saying a guy blows out your brains. Bro, come on. I've lived like Morocco, favela, Haiti, Cartel. Like, I'm not worried about a guy in New Jersey.
You remind me of a friend of mine, Luis Navia, and I just can't help it all day. But you've lived a better life than him in every way because he was a
Sorry, Luis.
Luis was literally like the chief smuggler for every cartel around the world for 25 years.
Talk to him.
But I did. Yeah, he was here. We did 2 episodes. That was episode 221 and 222, so that was last year. But one of the most fascinating people I've ever talked with. He's been out of that world now for 25 years or so. But, amoral guy. The definition of amoral. There's no, like you talk about, there's no right and wrong. Like, he takes that to a whole different level to, I believe, a fault. Right? And he was very reflective about this, especially in the second half of our conversation. We really got somewhere with that, like an hour into the second episode.
But I didn't say that, yeah?
You didn't say there's no right and wrong.
I communicated it, but I didn't say that specifically.
Okay, well, please correct that before I go on.
I'm with you. But I wouldn't throw that blanket statement to the viewers because they're not there yet.
Can you explain that?
Yes. You have to be careful for unearned wisdom. There is no right and wrong if I'm to tell you from, where I'm personally at in life. But there is a right, as in there's a karmic retribution for your intention.
Okay.
But on a subjective scale of right and wrong, that's why you have wars happening.
Yes.
This guy thinks he's right and this guy thinks he's right. And they
They're the
both
good
think
guy.
they
Yep.
both think they're the good guy fighting for God.
Yep.
And so what they're doing is they're just killing each other,
Yes.
which is wrong. But they believe they're all right. Right?
Yes.
You get me?
I do.
So there
I do.
is no right and wrong if you understand it.
Okay, so I don't think he's reached, even at this point, the transcendental level you have to fully comprehend that. But the reason I was bringing him up is because where there is a similarity between you two is Luis never carried a weapon. He never had to kill anyone. He never had to do any of those things. He was kidnapped by leaders of cartels and would do exactly what you did. Just be like totally, I would describe it as like a natural comedic aloofness to the situation to put people at ease to the point that they'd be like, motherfucker, we're going to kill you. It's like, no, just order dinner. We'll be fine. And they're like,
Yeah, right.
like he doesn't have fear. Like, what are we gonna do with this guy?
Right.
So he's like Mr. Magoo. You got to keep him around.
Yeah.
And I think that you have you have such a peace, and you've obviously had this for a long time. You had it going into the Haiti thing because you wouldn't have been able to handle it the way you did without it. But you have some sort of peace towards, I don't control what comes next, so I'm just gonna let this happen, and I'm gonna do it with a smile on my face.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
That's great.
And it's been there before I could even, communicate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened when you guys had the criminals like put the hit out on you because of the Lad Bible thing with
That's
the
the
Hitman?
most fear I ever felt.
What
My
did you
face
guys
was
do?
twitching. My face was twitching in like a way that was just. He just kept us out of it. I just trusted him. I mean, I'm not gonna know what to do better than him.
Yeah.
And I was like 3 days in, and the 4.5 day was the Hitman interview, and that's what I came for. So I wasn't gonna leave.
Yeah.
So you just go.
Is that a different Hitman you were interviewing?
Yeah,
The one that
yeah.
was still in?
No, I didn't interview. I interviewed an active Hitman.
Right.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Really cool.
Huh.
That was one of the more fun experiences of my life.
What did you think of him?
He treated me nice, you know? And going back to that circumstantial question, why I can't judge. I mean, his circumstances are crazy, you know? Born in this area in Mexico, parent gets killed by the cartel or some shit, and then like his older cousin wants him to join the cartel, or his uncle. I forget. It was like really intense, you know? It's like, it's more that you just got to show love to everyone. Like, I didn't think of him in a judgmental, like, oh, he's negative. It was, thank you for the conversation. Thanks for spilling what you could to me and giving this to the world. It was appreciated. You know, we smoked the bowl together.
Did you ask him what he thought of himself as a person?
I did. Yeah,
What
I
did he
did.
say?
Actually, that was the point in my life where I was like super, super curious about all these different people and the way they live things. And I would ask really like deep questions. I would ask like that and like, you know, how much you get paid per kill, and he wouldn't answer it. And so I pushed it like 3-4 times throughout the interview. I just kept trying to get it out of him, and eventually I kind of did. I asked him what his mom thinks, if he loves people, if he has children. Like, I asked him family. The thing is, I try to get personal with them.
What was his answer? What does his mom think? Did he have kids?
I'm sure his mom doesn't know.
Okay.
He has a few kids. It's not like something that sticks out anymore, right? Like, because think about it this way. It's like you live this adventure. Now you have to produce it for a month. So you're sick of it by the time you produce it. Mm-hmm. You move on to the next one. Like, you're just doing the YouTube game. So like, I live it, I absorb it in the experience. I wrote about it. Right after that experience, that's when I started my book.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever fear I felt today, I need to write about it. Whatever happened in the last 48, I'm writing about it. The last 5 days of the cartel, I have to write about it while it's fresh. So on my way out, I'm like exhausted. We've just traveled 20 hours inside of Mexico in the last day. 3 different cars break down. I'm on the plane. I'm finally out into safety. Once I'm on the plane, I started writing. 2.5 hours on my way back home. You know,
Download.
That's when the book started.
Yeah.
Download, literally. It'll never be more fresh than this.
Do you think someone like that radically compartmentalizes, meaning he goes and he's the hitman, he does his job, he kills people, all the things that comes with that. Then he goes home to his kids and he genuinely is a father and doesn't want for them what he has to do?
I think everybody's a person. I think you can get the light out of any dark being. And I did so with the warlord by the grace of God. You know, but that guy would step into our room and he would get weak. He stopped coming into our room after a few days because his soldiers would see him in this like weak laughing state. Like, he'd come and he'd laugh. He's like, oh, this is the funniest white guy I've ever kidnapped. Like, let's enjoy him a bit too.
You broke the barrier.
Yeah. Yeah, like, the dude brought a big-ass dog. I'm scared of dogs before then. I conquered my fear right there. Brought this big-ass dog. Like the ones you see in the mafia movies.
I saw that.
Yeah, fucking slobbering, chains on. Puts it in front of me, and I'm like, I pet that bitch. Beforehand, I would have been like, oh my God.
So
Like,
you
that's
were
gonna eat
afraid
me.
of dogs?
Yeah.
What was that for? Did you get attacked when you were a kid?
I think my mom instilled it in me.
Oh, your mom was afraid of dogs.
My mom's afraid of a lot of things. She's amazing. I love you, Mom.
That's interesting. Your mom's afraid of a lot of things,
I'm the
but you
opposite.
live your life doing the opposite. As part of that, like
Just
a
part
little
of
bit
the,
of...
I guess so. Part of the cycle of whatever. Yeah.
What do your parents think about what you do?
It's dangerous, you know, but I think my dad's like all right with it now. He's found peace with it, as a man would, you know. My mother still, you know, begs to stop. I listen. I mean, I listen. Like, I slow it down. But we also have different perceptions of fear. Right? Like, for her, the Taliban's scary. For me, it's like just some Arab dudes. They're not like a cartel. You know, they're just like some Arab dudes that I could chat about religion with and film a cool video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you've had a lot of situations where I mean, we've talked about a couple, but there's been a lot of other ones where you have an experience where you could have died, like right there.
But people aren't just trying to kill you.
They're not.
No, man. That's the one thing the West gets fucked up. Like, everyone's trying to kill you. No, that's like a Western national kind of propaganda thing you have to adhere to in order to build a national pride. But people aren't trying to kill you, bro. Like, if you're not coming into Afghanistan to kill this guy, he's not trying to kill you. He's just trying to defend his turf. And tribalism has existed since the beginning of time. There are so many tribes. You got your tribe, you got you two together, you know, and probably your close circle, and you guys stick together. You watch out for each other. Likewise, some people do that at a larger scale, at a much larger scale, at a militia scale, at a nation scale. You know, it's all a kind of a rise for power and protection of your own people. Like, we just want to guarantee a safety. Now you can go to the angle like, okay, yeah, but they're going to try to convert you, and if they can, they'll convert the whole world. Yeah, that's just part of civilization. Like, religions exist, languages exist. You know, I still think the best answer is just being the light everywhere. Just as long as you carry the light within you, you're good.
You do recognize, though, that any situation, regardless of religion, where it is, what the culture is, when it's a tougher place where it's almost always where socioeconomic opportunities are not as ripe as other places, the people who may be seizing power in an attempt to tell the others it's for everyone's safety and security are the very ones who take that away.
Yes. Right.
And you've sat with a lot of these guys.
Yes. But I also grew up in a day and age where everyone is connected. Everyone has a phone. 98% of people in the world have a phone, maybe even more. They have access to apps which allow them to access the whole world. So, and now there is a internet money angle where anyone can create money out of thin air.
Yes.
I'm literally just grabbing tens of thousands of dollars out of nowhere, fucking, you know, subscriptions and YouTube and whatever. It's out of nowhere. It just gets sent into my account. What did I do? I just uploaded. You know what I mean? Like really, it's out of nowhere. So anyone in Afghanistan can get paid. I have editors in Afghanistan. Anyone in Latvia, Ecuador, places with none of this technology, you know? And although there's these people ruling and they might censor that information, such as a place like, let's say, North Korea. Okay. It also doesn't matter because, one, the ignorance is bliss. Two, you don't know better. Which is the same thing, 1 and 2. But like, when you word it like that, like, you don't know better. If you're someone in that society, you don't know better. The problem doesn't actually exist. Right? Like,
you can't even comprehend that it's part of your reality.
Exactly. Like, if you're in Afghanistan and you're a wrapped up woman wearing a hijab who, you know, cooks and takes care of the household and the children and whatever, you're not thinking that I could have an OnlyFans and that's going to make me free.
Yeah, I think the extreme opposite's bad too, to be clear.
I get you. Yeah, no, I get you. But I use extremes too.
Yes. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
It makes sense. But also, that same woman, though, her mother may have gone to university in Western clothes in Afghanistan in the 1960s or 70s.
Maybe, totally. But laws change every day. even in the US. So laws are not actually written in stone. They're written in sand. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it changes.
Yeah. So today, right now, they're voting on hundreds of laws all across. Weed might be legal today in New York. Tomorrow, it's not. Okay. Alcohol might be legal today. Tomorrow, it's not. This thing, crypto, might be legal today. Tomorrow, it's not. I mean, not that specifically crypto is going to stay for, but the idea of like, okay, can we gamble on meme coins? Oh, President Trump launched a meme coin the day before he goes into office. Now it's free for all for the world for crypto to adopt technology across the globe. Fuck it. Now we all have a green light. So that law changed before it was even a law. It changed. You get me? Trump launched a coin. Now these countries want to launch a coin. Now Trump's showing that the US will be the hub of crypto for the world. Freedom. We take. So all of that changes, you know? Now you have the army being dropped into Portland, Oregon. Sorry, bro. The stuff that was legal before is now not legal here.
Right.
You can't be fucking up police officers. They're here to create that safe environment where you don't have to have fences around your house. Right? So in order for that change, the laws are also going to change. And so that's just part of history. Like, I'm not going in to tell these people, I just want to sit with them. I want to learn personally and then teach that to the world that these perspectives exist. Having the ability to communicate, okay? There's probably going to be a reality within, you know, my lifetime where I'm probably sitting with world leaders and helping them communicate with each other.
I could see you doing that.
You get me? Like, they might have this translator that's translating their language, but do you actually understand what it takes to have a peace deal with this guy? Do you know that if you want to have a peace deal with Afghanistan, it's not by telling them, hey, we're going to take this base. It's by sitting with them and eating.
Yes.
It's by Donald Trump sitting in their room and eating with them.
Yep.
And that could be in a safe environment easily. Right? So, like, I could be talking pure bullshit, but I'd hope from what we've talked about on this podcast, that perspective is at least, how do I say it? Looked upon. I could use better words.
You're meeting people where they are, and you think leadership should do that too. And I completely agree with you. I'm an optimist, right? There are parts of the world that I will admit it's very hard to not feel some cynicism right now going on because of people being massacred and all. It's happening in all different places right now. There's multiple major wars going on and other ones we don't even talk about. And, you know, in the middle of all this, you have powerful nations, all of whom hold the button to nukes and things that could, you know, blow this planet to bits. And you wonder if this small percentage of suits in back offices or, you know, whatever it may be from culture to culture who decide to make the decisions for everyone could make the unfathomable decisions that completely destroy this great experiment we have here on this spinning rock right now. So even despite like all the beauty that you see among the stuff that's not as beautiful as well, and all the different cultures you see and the places you go, and the ability of guys like you to spread good messages and understand other people and get those messages to people in other cultures to understand them. Do you ever worry that like all that could be for naught because there are other people who just don't give a shit?
No, there's always going to be other people that don't give a shit. Since the beginning of time, Cain and Abel, the first two sons of recorded lineage that we have, okay, in Islam and Christianity, and Cain and Abel, they killed each other. One guy was good, one guy was bad. From the beginning of inception of humanity, as told in many books, whether true or not, the concept is there to teach you about this yin and yang. Those people will always exist. But you, in your own life and your own perspective of reality, need to do what you can to make your life as positive as possible by doing those karmically impactful things. In return, people will come upon your path which will help you with that. Okay, they will multiply it. that is like, bro, like some people are playing this game and then some people are playing like, let's summon the divine legion of angels to help us change the world, right? And it's not that this is going to be gone. This is part of just the way things go. Everything must have an opposite. Okay? It's not that it is an opposite, but everything has that opposite. Everything, this is, some level of high philosophy, I guess, but everything is that which it is and that which it is not. So that hot, that cold is also not hot.
Yes.
You get me, right?
I'm tracking, bro.
Okay, so you just got to do the good that you can do. And don't worry about the other shit.
My buddy Tommy G has an amazing
Tommy's a
line
goat.
for this.
Tommy's a
Tommy's an all-timer, dude.
I did a video with Tommy once.
You did?
Yeah.
I gotta go check that out.
It's funny. It was about kidnapping, and it was right before he came out when I was kidnapped.
I'll bet it was.
Yeah.
Tommy will call you up. He's like, you want to get tortured by the CIA for
That's
a video?
literally what it was.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, Tommy, let's do a video together. He's like, I got these guys that are going to torture us for, okay,
Oh,
sure.
wait, were you in the fucking mercenary video?
Yes.
That was you!
No,
Son of a bitch! Fuck!
Allahu Akbar!
All right, so you and me are the two that have been tortured with him on camera.
Oh,
in
yeah.
videos.
So you were in the recent one.
Yeah. that
Okay.
was me
Okay. Very
in
cool.
The waterboard thing.
Very
But
cool. Yeah.
That's hilarious. But Tommy has a great line.
Hey, it's a pleasure.
Where-
That's why we came. Hey, we crossed paths.
That's it.
Look
Universe crossing.
That's the unique thing that we have. We've both been tortured in a Tommy G video.
That's great.
Thank you, Tommy G.
Love you, Tommy G. But he has this amazing line where he's like, I can't boil the ocean, but I can boil my pot. And he's 100% right. He's
Tommy's
like,
got a good
control
team.
what I can control and take my good, whatever good I can do in that pot. I'm going to do that. And then hopefully there's a lot of other people boiling pots that can make this a better place.
That's a good one.
And it seems like that's kind of, he's lifting up what you're putting down.
And he's got a really good team. His team's super
His team's the
inspiring.
best. I love those guys.
I got along with Keegan.
Keegan's the man. Miguel's the man.
Keegan
Jack's
actually
the
helped
man.
get me into philosophy.
Keegan's a smart motherfucker, bro.
Keegan was, and that was a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to have to all do a video together at some point.
I
That'd be
would
fun.
love to.
But we're going to have to do this again as well, brother. This has been...
How long has it been?
We just went for 3 hours.
Nice.
So, I mean, that flew by. You're a really, really sharp guy. You have an amazing, amazing perspective from all the places you've been. Like, you actually go do things. I like that. You're not just talking about things. Like, you've been there and you're constantly learning from it.
Every day is a lifetime.
That's it, dog. I hope you continue to do it. But thanks so much for going through all of it today. We will have your YouTube link below. Anything else you want linked as well, you let me know. That'll be down there.
Taboo TV is
Taboo
going to
TV.
be the craziest place.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
It looks really cool. I want to talk
For
to
the
those guys on
craziest
there.
content in the world.
Yeah.
I'll introduce you to them.
Would love that.
Yeah,
Would love that.
Waleed will be in the US in a few weeks. Okay, yeah, anyways.
Fuck yeah, let's go, bro. All right, bro. Well, we'll do this again sometime.
Cheers.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Everybody else, you know what it is. Give it a thought. Get back to me. Peace. Thank you guys for watching the episode. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and smash that like button on the video. They're both a huge, huge help. And if you would like to follow me on Instagram and X, those links are in my description below.